Good numbing. Hello YouTube, I hope you're all doing well. We're back with day 4 of Genshin Impact 5.0. Yesterday ended up being a bit of a smaller stream just because internet decided to fight me and I wasn't having it and I wasn't up for trying to go against it when it might go down on me during an important moment. So today we're going to clean up what we was going to try and get done yesterday, which is Act 2 of the story. Then we're going to detour once it's done to go do Mualani stuff, and depending on how much time we have afterwards, we're going to do more of that world quest involving the needles over here that we spent like an hour on-ish yesterday and then kind of moved away from. So we'll see how we go as we go. If everything works out and we do everything we want to, today will probably be the last day I'm streaming 5.0. And then I'll start working on 100% and everything in my spare time, which there's a lot to do. One of the main ones, and even though I'm following a guide, I'm still missing one, and I'm not sure which one it is. There are 6 of these broken graffiti marked stones you can find. And so as you can see, I've got 5 of them. I'm missing one, but I'm not actually sure where that is. I also don't know where this red metal key goes, but one thing at a time. I have got this built, though, and I know for, like, basically exploring the map in each area, like, this is for around Children of Echoes, this is for Scions of the Canopy, and this is for People of the Spring. If you find 3 of them, you can put them together to form a full ring. And I think, because I was reading up on it, there's like a secret compartment you can find in each area that's tied to using that ring to open to get like treasures, I assume. But I think there's like one somewhere over here. I know People of the Springs one, it's like in this crevice here. But you get the gist. Like, there's for exploring, you get more things to then go find more secrets. Additionally, for the finding all 10 of the, like, special bosses around the map. Oh, see, like, the internet's already dipping in the corner. Look. Annoying, if I'm honest. It has no reason to. It genuinely has no reason to. I keep on saying out loud in the hopes that the internet realizes I'm talking about it and fixes itself. Because it shouldn't be doing that, it's complete bullshit. I'm just gonna stare at it together, chat, until that milliseconds goes to something vaguely reasonable.
Maybe I'll take one more day off and knock out the rest of the work once I'm feeling up to it.
No, don't go back up. No. Oh, you bitch. But I hope you've all been doing well. You know what lovely week, even if my internet's deciding to, like, shit the bed. But yeah, that's the general plan when the internet holds, if it will fucking hold. Because I don't want to make a start until I know it will hold, because I don't want it to cut out in the middle or something. And I hate how inconsistent it is being right now. Especially when I go to move and do anything where, you know, it tests it. I did press... I did press to bring out the glider, but obviously the input lagged. That's kind of the things I'm worried about. We're gonna just have to live with it and hope it holds. Wait, what's this? There's like no notification that someone's here. That's why I'm like, wait, what is this? I mean, I'll do it. Let's go. Oh, this is just like a challenge on the field. I can aim. I can see where more coins are way later on. Excuse me. We just got robbed. We just got robbed. I say it's partly my own fault because I touched the ground, so it immediately eats your skill if you touch the ground when you're in this form. So I didn't know if I had them all, which is why I kind of turned the camera back around to check. Excuse me. I wonder how many of these challenges are around. Because I've only found like one other thing like this, and it was up near Children of Echoes. Oh! We missed 5? I mean, we got the double S, so it's fine.
A chest full of valuables and a trove of potential clues.
I wonder where the 5 we missed were. Ah, well. Remnants of the secret source. Wait, is it the Krabby Patty secret formula in it? The sole path to the Night's Kingdom, once home to the ancient dragonkind, now reduced to ruins, influenced by the abyss. The site harbors many unforeseen dangers. Oh, the music suddenly got very dramatic.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins?
I don't think she's talking about Saurians.
Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for.
I wish we got to learn more about the dragons. It feels like we only get to know about them at an arm's length, because it's like, you know, half of them are bosses, one of them is Neuvillette. And I mean, Neuvillette's the most open one of the lot, but you get what I mean. It's like, it feels like we don't get to know too much other than it's a big thing from the past.
These ruins have been abandoned for a long time, but with the recent increase in abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Yeah, just what I wanted to hear.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Adventurers live for moments like these. Look how smug she looks.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
Continue deeper within.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Plenty.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't
Oh,
just
can we
do
have
physical
like
training.
an Olympic
I
Games,
design
but like
nutrition
less
plans as
cringe?
well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on
I hope we get an event that's just the Olympic Games in
vegetable
Genshin.
juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels like the two of us might not see eye to eye. Those guys look familiar.
Yeah, they look rather abyssal.
Let's go. Show no mercy.
Let's see if there's anything hidden on the sides, other than an invisible wall. And I'll bring this guy down so we can move around a bit quicker afterwards. Oh, never mind, it kicks us out automatically. I guess that's the line. Excuse me. All right, I can see from here how this is going to work.
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
Quietly now. Gotcha.
Lay bare. Witness my rise.
Quietly now. Gang's up. Fun's over.
I don't know why he's expecting to drop anything. We're in a dungeon. As the internet collapses in on itself again. Please just fucking hold me these past few weeks. So don't just suddenly combust now, please. Oh boy.
Gotcha.
Overruled. Blood of frost. I condemn you. Yeah. Ah. This is the final stretch. We just need to climb.
Oh, this wasn't that long of a stretch, I'm going to be honest, Janssen. I thought this place would be a bit bigger than just this. I think that's like one of the things I miss from like these like linear interior dungeons. I feel like Inazuma was the last time you got like super big, really well crafted like interior dungeons. Like I miss like all like the shrines in like the giant shadow voids that you'd have to go through in Inazuma.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Well, you said don't push, Paimon.
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
Oh yeah, this place very much does look kind of, you know, abyss.
In the stories.
There's abyssal energy everywhere.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. Anything can happen here.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
That's it?
Don't try to run away.
You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon asked.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions?
Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right?
Wait, does that mean you're...
Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malko. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me. It's like it was seeking me.
What a line me to enter in on.
Pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only
Welcome.
do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker's stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more, but we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Oh, because of all the dark color, all the dark... Alright, Paimon. I don't think anything will ever be as iconic as, Shadow's first description of the Black Arms in Shadow the Hedgehog 2005, where he goes, disgusting black creatures, and you go, whoa, hang on a minute, Shadow the Hedgehog. Hang on, is there something you want to share with the class? Jesus Christ, keep it to yourself. Stream is buffering, I'm aware.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that, even after all these years, he'd still take such a risk for me.
Tremble Super is the king of it.
Under
Oh.
the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young...
Oh yeah, because they call Goku Black. They just called him Black in Dragon Ball Super. I forgot about that. So there's that line where he goes, "Don't shoot, he isn't black," and you go, "Ooh, ooh."
Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
I completely forgot they don't call him Goku Black. They just call him Black for most of Super.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
Like in Black Ops 6 right now. Good. I hope it ends up being all right. Listen, everything on the trailers makes up like it's going to be okay. So I need to reset my headphones 1 second. I just don't like the whole you have to be permanently online even for the usually offline modes. I know that playing a game that's permanent online all the time as well, but Call of Duty wasn't like that, and suddenly now it's like, oh, it has to be always online because it streams its textures, and you're like, what? The hell does that mean? Why isn't the textures, oh, I don't know, on the download? Okay, COD HQ. They've only got 3 maps for the beta. I mean, that's pretty standard for the betas. They usually only have a handful. Because it's not just a matter of, like, you know, getting people to test a game. They don't want to just give everything away and be like, hey, no. We still need stuff to actually be, like, new for launch. I miss me, I'm loading Warzone, yeah. I still stand by the fact that I think Blackout was more fun than Warzone. The previous, like, Battle Royale mode that they did before, like, when they were still figuring it out. Before they did Warzone in Modern Warfare 2019.
Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
I'm not doing it.
Like that.
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
It said, Paimon, you're not eating dinner tonight. No, the horror! Keep following Molko. Oh, this is kind of creepy.
Paimon just heard it too.
From the spirits hunting us down to this.
Wants to get out of this place.
Well, Paimon, you're welcome to go back to the entrance on your own. That won't be for 7 hours today. Yeah, fair enough. There's our little menace.
We're here, Kachina.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of, where Aqua ended up in Kingdom Hearts after Birth by Sleep. Like that, like, shadowy void land where everything warps as you walk through it. I forget what it's called. On the other side of Kingdom Hearts, when you go through the door to darkness. Like, that's kind of the vibe it's giving me.
You made it.
Almost done with the main quest of Refrain Court. Oh, fair enough.
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go.
Oh, it's gonna make us play as Kachina again? Oh, you know what that means.
Gotcha. There is no escape.
Shockwave.
Time to get bounced. Whoa, I just realized how much it, like, started eating at our health.
You're finally here.
The trophies is where the pain is.
So much.
Oh, didn't want to animate them hugging, huh? Come on. Oh, come on.
That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times.
No, it just screams bouncy castle and it looks fun, yeah, right?
The Waifus' power helps keep me hidden.
They didn't feel like
so
animating
I
that
just
hug,
tried to
huh?
stay out of sight until you got here.
Had a girl.
That's supposed to be like a, hey, look, the camera angle is they hugged, don't worry about it, but we just didn't animate it, so just pretend.
Should we start heading back then?
You know, we got our only objective, which was to get her.
Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the Waifus with me?
Oh, you want to go in deeper?
I can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss.
Wow, you're a smart kid, Kachina. We had to, like, get lectured by it in detail by Mavoika yesterday, and you just kind of figured it out on your own in here.
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Waiab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Waiab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Waiab can extend their consciousness.
Now, Kachina's from the Abyss? I don't think so. I think she's just a whiz kid who happened to be a little unfortunate in ending up here.
Through them, the Waiab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they
I think if any character we've met is from the Abyss, well, other than Skirk, because we know for a fact that she's been in the Abyss for like decades, and so she's just kind of come one with it. And Child was in it like 2 separate occasions for a decent amount of times.
Judging by the current situation, I think
it's Conrians. So like not Carve. Fucking Kaya, sorry. Not Carve. I'm not gonna throw Carve into the Abyss. Skirk's in this arc? No, I'm just saying people who are in the Abyss. I'm listing off names.
Still, we can't just leave the Waiab to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
But like Kaya might have connections to the Abyss inadvertently, and Dainsleif we know has spent a lot of time in the Abyss. And obviously we know Arlecchino is corroded by the Abyss in her body. Saving one is better than saving none at all.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina.
Isn't this arc? I think there is going to be some crazy twists coming. I just don't know if it's going to be right here.
Getting rid of the monster might slow
Considering
down
this is only
the
Act
degeneration
2
the
of what will eventually be 5 acts following the trend. Or that Sumeru and Fontaine had 5 acts each, you know? I think, like, the real, like, needle drop what moments will be in the next patch. And the reason why I think it will be in the next patch is because if they have, like, a bombshell plot twist ending at the end of 5.1, the story is not continuing till 5.3, so people will have to wait 12 weeks 12 weeks to find out where it's going, and I think they will do that knowing that it will be torture. The people will be like, what happens next?
Kachina?
Because we know that 5.2 isn't going to be continuing this Archon quest. It's going to be a gap between 1 and 3. Juska X Boot Hill? Was it just because they've both got a cowboy aesthetic?
Nothing. Just a headache.
They're both rangers.
And that voice again.
Yeah, Kachina's been in here for too long. So the voices are getting to her a little bit.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long.
I mean, maybe we should divide into 2 teams. One team escorts Kachina back, the other team proceeds further.
I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to that nonsense. I can hold on.
Where's the totem pole? Cowboy
Just
couple.
I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Listen to me.
No, the only hole in your ship is that Boot Hill is... I mean, he's widowed now, technically, but he is still a married man.
You don't have anything to
It's just his wife and kid got, you know, bombed by the IPC, which is why he has a vendetta against them.
Alright, the sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay
And
here
particularly
until I solve this
Oswald,
monster.
the man who authorized the strike. At least she can curse.
By yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's alright. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much
One day
time.
there'll be a Star Rail update, and it'll just be turning off the sensor switch on Boot Hill. And then alongside it, it says, be careful, we don't want our age rating to increase.
So go. Achieve your goal. And return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Speaking of, we got the trailer for
Does your head still hurt? Let me
the
help
next
you up.
update for Star Rail as well. And it looks pretty cool, to be fair. The fucking banners are deranged. And I genuinely mean that. It's one of the most deranged banners I have ever seen. God, I'm just like, what are you trying to do to people? It's like, oh, so we got Fei Xiao on the first banner, new character, makes sense. She's the one with, like, the most beautiful eyes I've seen in the game in a while. like extremely bright and sharp blue, and she's also a general, like similar like Xingyuan. I was like, oh, and what's the rerun that's alongside it? What do you mean there's several 5 stars getting rerun at the same time? What do you mean it's Kafka and Black Swan and Robin? Like, I was just like, that's a full team. If you get all the 5 stars that are in the first half of 2.5, that's one full effective team. Because there's a DPS, a sub DPS, a support. Like, come on. And then the second half is, I think it's Lingsha, the character I'm kind of interested in, because she reminds me a lot of a... Oh, whoops. Of a Honkai Impact 3rd character. So, of course, any character that gives me HI3 vibes, I'm kind of interested in. And then a rerun of Topaz. I'm just like, 2.5's banners are kind of cracked. As the internet starts dipping in the corner again. Which one? Do you mean Fei Xiao, the white hair with the bright blue eyes, that's the war general that can summon tornadoes? Or do you mean Lingsha, the one with the dark hair that's a little bit on the sinister and questionably sadistic side, but keeps it on the down low? That looks like she might be slightly related to Sparkle, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, first half, people saying it's the lesbian update. I was like, yeah, I can kind of see that. Between Fei Xiao and Black Swan and Robin and Kafka, and then the second half is Lingsha, who's already like flirted with Fei Xiao a number of times, and Topaz, who, you know, Topaz is completely normal with Jade. There's nothing going on between them whatsoever, not one bit. Just, you know, she blushes and Jade puts her hand on Topaz's chin a lot.
My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyatt, can you hear me? Wyatt?
The great spirit of this land, the agent of Knight's will.
So we were right.
And a big hug with her.
Too severe.
But it's completely stopping for me, so I'm just kind of holding off for a second to see if it can reconnect. So I know I kind of stopped in silence there for a minute. I'm because of how the internet's been really fucky and annoying, I don't know. So when I see it like start getting dipping, you're back? Okay, cool. When I started seeing it like lagging, I'm like, ugh! I hate this. I don't know why the internet's decided to just not cooperate with me these past couple of days. Why it's just decided to start caving in.
Alright, get ready everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
I'll help too.
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny
Come on,
could
Q.
slow me down? Courage in the face boost of him.
Oh, there's always more Inquisitors.
You killed Malcolm?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would urge you to focus on yourself. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril.
Are you the one behind all this?
No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the slaughter. That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power. Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. They possess no power at all. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid
I
sharing
don't
power.
know if it is, but doesn't this kind of sound like... And also, I actually don't know, because I don't know who the voice of Duke Inferno is, but this kind of sounds like the same VA. The same English VA. Which would be really fitting if it's like two giant fire demons have the same fucking VA. But this kind of sounds like Duke Inferno.
Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the pyro...
The only reason I'm not sure is because it sounds slightly higher pitched from how I remember Duke Inferno, but that could also just be different, like, audio effects on top of the voice.
Kachina, give me your hand. Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
Thanks, Moalani. You're right. I have nothing to fear. Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power, but you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and
What?
back down.
All she said was, "No, you're wrong," and he was baffled by it. What the fuck? Is he not used to people saying, "No, you're wrong"? Come on.
The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight.
Well said.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than two of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you!
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that.
Now, if there's ever a clip in a video game that when we eventually stream it, I'm going to try and nab. When I eventually do Metal Gear Solid 2, I'm going to try and save, if I remember to, the line near the end of the game where Snake turns to Raiden and says, "If you don't like it, shut up, get over it." And I'm just like, I'm going to keep that because I could probably use that in several reviews. Oh, we actually are literally just using these two? Can I not just use my Yelan, please? Uh-oh. There we go.
Oh, we won!
You can have more than one, yeah, sure. Turns out he wasn't any stronger than the ones we fought in the past. No, I'll be nice. Nice job!
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
I won't be like, oh man, he's actually kind of weak. Kick back to young girls, yeah, right.
Absolutely fantastic! This makes me so unbelievably happy.
Oh, there's your hug, kinda.
I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are.
Why did Kachina look awkward though about it? She was like,
Huh? What's happening? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Unless you're technically dead, because isn't that how that works? Your ancient name is when you're technically dead within, or your soul is trapped within the Night Realm.
Wait, does that mean you're...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was exactly right.
Alright, is this fucking 4? What's with the giant hammer, dude?
We stand no chance against the power of the abyss. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone. has a part to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Yeah, emphasis on the giant part.
To awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Waiub. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
As
Oh,
long as
Mualani,
blood
are you the
still
chosen
runs
one?
through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel
Named him
and
that, what,
stone
Tupac?
can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
Oh, hell yeah. Fist bump the giant god from 500 years ago. Come on, Mualani. Be the protagonist you're always meant to be. His fist is bigger than your skull. Holy shit.
What's wrong, Mualani?
She's turning into Super Mualani. She's got all the 7 Chaos Emeralds.
So many memories.
So is do we think Mualani's going to become the Navia of Natlan? As in, she's the actual protagonist and the story's going to be more about her than it is us? Because I'm kind of getting the vibe a little bit.
So that's what happened.
That she's the chosen one and we're just kind of along for the ride. Yeah, she's beat up enough people without getting hit. She's now, at any moment, she could press triangle and we're all fucked. She's just going to kill us. She's going to press triangle and so she's going to pick up Lumine and do a spin and throw her head first into a pole. It's gonna happen.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they do kind of do what they did in Fontaine and make it less focused on us and more focused on the people. Like, you know, they focused a lot on Furina, and you obviously, Navia is the protagonist of Fontaine. There's like, I know I always bring it up, but come on. But I wouldn't, like, be surprised or against them doing it here, where they make Lumine and Paimon less of a focus. And the reason why is because I think Snezhnaya will be super focused on us because of the Harbingers and taking the fight to Sarisa and the Gnosis and all that stuff. Like, I feel like too much of the plot will come to a head that it'll be super, like, Lumine protagonist focused. And then that will lead into Khaenri'ah, which will probably be very Dainsleif focused. And then that will probably lead either to the Abyss, which will be focused on the Twin, or Celestia, that will be focused on fighting the Unknown God, which would also probably be very protagonist focused, like as us focused. So good, yeah.
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now.
Oh shit, there was a prophecy in my Genshin? Say it isn't so.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to.
Like, it feels like there's always a fucking prophecy. I think Liyue, it was the disaster that was brought on by the giant water serpent. In Azuma, it was the prophecy that Raiden A was afraid of that caused her to do everything. Sumeru was trying to create its own prophecy to control the people through, like, all the dream shit. Fontaine, everyone was going to get flooded and die. That was the whole thing that was going to happen. The water was going to come through and kill everyone. Like, it seems to be a bit of a trend. I mean, Mualani's Iora reminds me of Azawa's. Oh, fair enough. Does that mean you already know about the whole thing?
I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
Considering how much in the background Iansan is, I kind of had a feeling that either she, like, it was either going to be they don't know what to do with her, or she's like a lawkeeper and she has a vague idea of what's going on across the whole thing. Think Red 13 in Final Fantasy VII Remake, where like Red 13 kind of knows what's going on in the background. He doesn't have the details, but he's aware of it. And I think I think they are going for the latter. That Janssen is kind of, she is aware of bits and pieces, but not the whole picture. Penacony is just Honkai Sumeru? I mean, kind of.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining.
The only real difference is that Sumeru is trying to make an Evangelion, and Penacony was trying to control people for a cult. Yeah, I mentioned this the other day, but my theory is because Janssen was announced and shown off 4 years ago. And I think because her whole design was visibly shown off, like, and unarguably, hey, this is the character they're going for, there was no way any, like, censorship or whatever happened behind the scenes could realistically get to her without it being extremely obvious, so they let it slide. Because that's why I say I feel like the Genshin team, whether deliberately or not, was smarter than they realized, because they kind of forced that through before anything could happen, so it couldn't be challenged later. Because, yeah, Janssen's also, like, the last character that was teased from that original teaser. Because as much as they did technically tease the Sarita for Snezhnaya, we don't see her. But if the leaks are true, they're going to be blunt, find other ways of attacking Janssen for daring to, like, not conform to whatever bullshit's going on behind the scenes. Because all the leaks suggest she's going to be a 4-star, not a 5-star. And I was like, come on. Really? Of all the main characters, of each arc when the game came out, one character was teased per arc. We had Diluc, a 5-star. Ningguang, that we learned was a 5-star for most of her development, and it was only very late on they changed it to a 4-star, which is why she's like the best fucking 4-star in the game. It was Ayaka for Inazuma, a 5-star. Sino in Sumeru, a 5-star. Linny and Lynette, twins, one 5-star, one 4-star. And now Janssen, 4-star. It's like, oh, this one stands out. No, that's not possible. Sorry, I'm going to shut that one down immediately. The Sarita's been on this planet for since before the Archon War, and neither twins and were even aware of this planet's existence, and it might not even be a real planet if the whole sky is fake bullshit. And even then, one of them only landed during the war 500 years ago, so Sarita had already been around for an extremely long time by then. It's a logical impossibility. Alright, Sino plays, I didn't roll for him. Yeah, that's fair enough. But yeah, the point is that of the one character teased in all of them but Janssen were either gonna be or planned to be 5-stars. So it kind of sticks out that Janssen is the one that was just gonna be 4-star. Obviously, it's only leaks, so things could change, and I hope it does. It'd be nice for her to be a 5-star. But still.
I hear your voice, Kachina.
Because Ningguang is a 4-star, but for most of her development, she was gonna be a 5-star. It was only, like, very late in development they changed her to a 4-star, which is why Ningguang is an insanely good 4-star. Because she's basically like a pseudo-legendary in Pokemon, where, like, her stats are way higher than, like, the standard Pokemon, but she's technically not a legendary.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an
I kind of have a feeling where this is going. The spirits will be like, I'm already proud of you. Shut up.
What happens? You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like
I mean, is that really a hot take? I don't know enough about it to know.
Never change. No
In
matter
chat.
what the future holds.
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion.
So even though this is just like a dungeon, so we'll be leaving here, I think the area we've just been through, you know, the lake with all the spirits chasing us, like all this corrupted purple and like the faded out sky, I think this is your idea of what the abyss will look like when it eventually becomes explorable.
We've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say...
Like, I imagine they will do more with it when it's a full area to keep it aesthetically interesting, but this is kind of the vague idea of how it will probably all look. Very bleak and dark.
What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time. It's the power of the abyss. Quick, we need to run!
Oh my god.
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
Yeah, hurry up, Sealy. It was an Animo Sealy. What the fuck's an Animo Sealy? Oh, Jesus Christ. Run! Run!
The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here!
Watch out for the falling rocks!
Quick, through the middle!
I was getting ready to dodge then.
Come on, faster!
We'll never make it!
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're fucking trapped in here now. Uh-oh. Oh, we're about to get broken out by Mavoika. I thought it was fun. Oh, I was like, oh, wouldn't that be a plot twist if like the act just ended there and went, see you next update. Oops. Alright, what kind of fucking riff was that, Mavoika? Just comes it down.
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back! The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here.
Well, almost because she punched a fucking hole in the ground. Maybe she's a little tired after doing that. Riv. How did she regain her strength?
Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
Her consciousness was what punched a hole in the ground? Bruh.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Once again, this just adds more points to Capitano as well, and the fact that they tied. Because Mavoika is proving that she is ungodly powerful. Even among the Archons, she is insanely fucking powerful. And Capitano tied in a fight with her? Like, how?
Every great display of power comes at a price.
Alright, Kachina, it's not a competition to who coughs more, alright?
You must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
This is actually something I want to talk about. I need to see who Capitano is. I kind of hope we don't. I think I kind of like the idea if that he's just this very powerful person voiced by Chris Tagliaferra that you just never get to know who he is. He's just this very powerful masked man. But I wanted to talk about my theory. There has been several points throughout Natlan's story where we've had to drain the Abyss, be in contact with the Abyss, or be in areas where we're supposed to get corrupted by the Abyss. I think it's going to be a constant thread that, like, the Abyss is going to start affecting Lumine more and more as it goes on. And, like, this is more just, like, the setup. It's like, oh, we absorbed the Abyss out of the People of the Spring. We absorbed the Abyss to, after that device blew up, to try and save someone's life, but we took a lot of it in. We were just in the night realm, or whatever it was called, where it literally starts corrupting your skin. It's like, you know, all this shit. Oh, you want to see him at his peak, is what you're saying. You want to see him at his peak strength, like what he's really capable of. But you know what I'm also curious about? I'm like 95% certain the weekly boss we'll get at the end of this story won't be Capitano, it'll be something else. Probably something from the Abyss, because of this whole, like, War Against the Abyss story arc that they're going on with this. So, that means when... I'm curious, like, when that eventually does come around, either in Natlan or potentially Snezhnaya, I want to see what fighting him's like when you're the one trying to fight him. Because I don't think... At least, maybe I'm just speaking for myself. I wasn't expecting all the spider blood moon things with Arlecchino before I fought her. So it's like, what crazy tricks has Capitano got, other than the fucking roundhouse kick that was so strong it created an impact frame that he did on Mavoika. Anyway, I'm completely fine.
Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom.
Night Kingdom, sorry.
Right. The Wyatt mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What
Oh god,
is
that's a
it
parrying.
exactly?
That would be wild. You just go up to him and you say, "Shh!" Like, you just hear, like, the sound effect of a perfect parry from the Royal Guard. Just and you go, uh-oh.
I'll let her explain everything.
Especially if he does the Dante shit, where, like, when he's in Royal Guard mode, he just walks everywhere, and if you get close, he immediately does Royal Release. Like, I genuinely, to this day, think the Dante fight in DMC4 is harder than the one in 5. He has more tricks in 5 when you fight him, and he has a more fleshed out moveset, but, like, he only does, like, the Royal Reverse trick. He doesn't do normal Royal Guard into Royal Release, and I'm like, oh, come on. Like, I get it, it's a potential insta-kill that's, like, right in front of your face, but it's on you for attacking him when he had the guard up. Wait, sword. The Great Escape. Look at my party's health. Oh, we can do part 3 of that now. So, okay, so we are effectively... If we can do part 3 of that, we are effectively done with Act 2. We're just going to go do cleanup now, then. Because the game outright said that's not available until Act 2's done. So this is literally just going to be wrap up now, then. I was going to say a crunchy looking Counter-Strike. Alright, let's go into Mavoika's little, like, hubby study area in the back.
Huh.
Yeah, where is everything?
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan.
The Pyro Archon
Take a seat,
snitched.
I'll examine you one by one.
Snitched on Chaska's sister, on Chaska by telling her sister, bruh. Despite the short stint in the Night Kingdom, Moalani and the others have all have some degree of abyssal contamination. But thanks to I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, because I think it's like Hyushu or something like that. There's extensive experience treating abyssal contamination. The harmful effects will not be permanent. The treatment also relieves Kachina's symptoms.
All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
I think there's going to be a whole plot thread about this. Is it my ultimate, like, really out there crazy theory? If it doesn't manifest into something during that land story arc, I think we're going to be absorbing more abyssal things in Snezhnaya, and it's going to be how they explain, assuming they do this, it'll be how they explain getting access to abyssal powers to introduce that element, assuming they add it. Because that's been a commentary for a while, that like an 8th element will eventually get added to the game that's tied to the Abyss. And I think, because, you know, the protagonist, your Traveler, always has access to all elements, well, outside of Pyro right now, because plot reasons. I think that's how they'll explain it, that the corruption will eventually manifest into power. Just power straight into and sort them one-to-one. Yeah, I get that.
She's always been special like that. She can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Well, Paimon, that's just because you've got connections to Celestia, whether you care to admit it or not. And I think that's what's stopping you from getting corrupted.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patience.
I feel like Mavoika's just gonna hire us to be our Abyss hit woman.
All right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
This is the second nation in a row where they're on like a really stressful time limit that's going to destroy the whole nation. Fontaine was like, hey, the prophecy, we're all going to drown. This one's like, hey, the abyss, we're all going to blow up.
Huh? No. That can't be true, can it?
Less than a year?
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mualani told us
That's conveniently taken 501 years to get this bad. You know, as long enough for you to get here.
All the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then.
I told you I had a theory about this. I think it's like, it's a reincarnation thing, that it's always her.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense.
That she, like, the whole, it's not that the Pyro Archon, whoever the strongest human is, the Pyro Archon is always her. It's just the illusion to help still build the army.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time, or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
Wait, did you set yourself up 500 years ago to resurrect now?
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yeah, so she was a human and she did die 500 years ago, but she set it up so she would effectively be resurrected and like be born anew all this time later, so she would be prepared for this. She is the original Pyro Archon then. Okay, that makes sense. So, so when, like, at the start, it was like, it's just a coincidence that the statue of the Seven looks like the Pyro Archon. No, it fucking wasn't. So that was your all part of the plan?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero, indicating the tribe was once again ready for war. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old 500 years ago.
So that means I'm one of the Chosen?
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years ago. It means unity. After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning of that name.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each tribe?
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But something went wrong along the way. The 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wayab has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but its methods certainly aren't easy to counter. If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shilonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names.
Okay, so the Lion Lady coming next update. Kanish, we've met. He's the guy with the grappling hook and the Pixel Dragon. And Janssen that's with us. So that's still 3 left that haven't been picked. One of them, People of the Springs, is probably going to be Mualani. Children of Echoes might end up being Kachina, but we'll have to see. I mean, Kachina does have a name. It's just whether she's like been accepted, get accepted to the Legacy. So that only leaves one more afterwards.
During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
That leaves 2 people left.
Well, we have less than a year.
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes have been gathered.
And Shilalen, or the Lion Lady, reminder, her skill, when she comes out, you hold R2 and she starts riding roller skates, and you can ride those roller skates up mountains. Her coat transforms into her roller skates, and I was like, that's kind of cool.
That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you... Wouldn't that make everything go a lot faster?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize your full potential. Just like your determination to save Kachina, I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will, rather than a sense of obligation.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final 2 heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development.
But what if they don't make it in time?
I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation
Crackpot theory,
lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all.
What if, because Capitano used the power of like one of the tribes, if he gets picked as one of them, that'd be a little interesting. If he's one of the ones picked by the Wayabs to help save the nation, that would be a little interesting. It's like, hey, you need to work with us because our prophecy says so. And he's like, no, I'm here to take your gnosis. Does that mean you...
You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with avoiding the topic.
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you stored here before, where did it all go?
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back from the Night Kingdom. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose. Fuel.
Fuel? So back then, that's why you...
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited, but together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a dire situation. By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between the 2 worlds. It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But aren't they all precious treasures? What about their stories?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost to the Abyss. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, we didn't lose anything at all. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a drink sometime.
Atta girl. We still want to help out. We still want to, like, return the favor for everything you've done for us. Alright, buy me a beer. Alright, you're settled.
Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph in the Night Warden Wars. And we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once and for all, Kachina.
Still, now that I know the danger we're facing, having a victory feast doesn't feel right.
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right. You should head out. I'll join you in a bit.
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories
Oh,
of
my Voice hasn't had
warriors
the chance to
from
say
all
goodbye
over
to
the
Atea
world.
yet.
They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution. And my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single sentence. I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember to earn us the victory we are owed. Otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, You're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die.
Oh, right. Hence why that's why she values that painting so much, because it's her family from 500 years ago. She has no idea what became of all of them in the end.
Hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
Sorry, I know I'm not talking much, I'm just kind of absorbing.
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That
Not to ruin the mood, but Genshin really needs to work on
the lifeblood of our
their
nation.
fists animations, because all their fingers look weird when they curl their hands into fists. But yeah, she's actually carrying the legacy of a whole generation forward into this one, and all the memories of those she's ever worked with, befriended, and ultimately loved, left in the past of 500 years ago. The difference between her and Furina is that Mavoika chose to. It still weighs on her very clearly, but she chose to. Furina, she had no idea that what she was signing up for until she did, and then she had 500 years of effectively the same day every day, again and again and again. Although she was told what she was signing up for, she didn't understand it until it was way too late. But yeah, that was very powerful. Just like very subtle, but very powerful. Just all the people that she made that promise to. All the people that have faith in her now all this time later.
Oh, no.
That she had to leave in the past.
So I just came to deliver some medicine. I was about to leave, actually. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
No, of course not. She was in her element.
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
You can tell us anything.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
So what you're saying is...
You deliberately provoked her so she'd take that impulse out on you?
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least. Anyway,
You made her kind of burn up a little bit of her adrenaline on you by angering her and getting an argument, so that she would be a little more level-headed where she's already had her moment in the Abyss. That's a bit of a long play there.
Shaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her.
Thank you for confiding in us.
I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Enjoy the celebration. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing?
They're trying to look out for each other in their own ways.
In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Well, you better get used to them, Paimon. There's going to be a lot more of them yet in the future. I think Snezhnaya will be like the last region where the Abyss aren't front and center. Because after that, it will be only the Abyss.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's the highest honor.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day.
Oh, I think you got what you deserved then for abandoning her. I think you got what you deserved for abandoning Kachina then, really. That the guy that you jumped fence for fucking just let you down.
Serves you all right. No sympathy for me.
Alright. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I and Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night Kingdom. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so surreal.
Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion!
That way I'll also become a champion coach.
Hey, please don't make fun of me.
Talk to Mavoika. Oh, she's around here somewhere, huh? Oh yeah, I see her. Before we do that, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, so just give me a minute, guys. Whoops, I leaned on my controller as I was sitting back down. Let's talk to everyone first, and then we'll talk to Mavoika. Hey, Kanichi.
My apologies. I knew more than I let on.
I had a feeling.
Everything comes at a price, and most heroes aren't people who set out to become a hero. If you cling too tightly to your goal, you end up losing things that are far more precious. But in any case, we're now on the same page. I wonder how long before the two final heroes appear. From the Flower Feather clan and the Masters of the Night Wind.
If one of I think Flower Feather is Sitlani a part of that clan? Because I'd almost feel bad for her if it's Sitlani, considering she's very antisocial, very much keeps to herself, very much doesn't like expectations or people wanting her to do things. Suddenly, like, hey, you're a hero, you gotta go fight the like abyss and shit. She'd be like, what? No. Everything we've learned about her is that she's more of just the like sit in the background and build things type, not the get involved with anything.
At previous victory feasts, you'd always find me in the crowd singing and dancing. But after what I found out today, it's too much. I'm still trying to process it.
Yeah, I don't think anyone blames you, Molani.
It does feel weird seeing you so out of sorts.
Nalan isn't set this fall isn't set in stone though, right? It's important to try and enjoy moments like this when they come along.
Is this another pearl of wisdom based on your adventuring experience?
Well, Paimon agrees with the Traveler. Everyone's come together to celebrate Kachina's achievements. That's gotta be a first.
You're right. Kachina looks really happy. And now I'm being the moody one. Ugh, enough doom and gloom. Time to shake it off.
Oh, is she gonna get up and dance? Hang on, I'm watching this for a second. Oh, no, she's gonna wait her turn. Yeah, she's waiting her turn to join in, or she's just watching and celebrating. That might be it too. To be fair, after all the stuff in the Night Kingdom, she might just be too whoa! Yeah, she might just be too tired to actually join in, so she's just gonna watch.
I've been through so much all at once. Everything still kind of feels
Yeah,
like
I can see in the background she's just celebrating and watching along it. She's joining in the sports in spirit.
Are you still feeling unwell?
Nope, all better now. I told you I bounced back pretty quick, so don't worry about me. I bet you guys must be tired though. Make sure you get some good rest tonight. You gotta recharge so you'll be in the mood to have fun.
It cost us a lot, but we got Kachina back safely, and that's what matters. There'll be even tougher challenges coming our way in the days ahead, though. We'll have to train harder, make sure we're in peak condition. That includes you, Paimon. I can do a special one-off session to show you the ropes. Interested?
No thanks.
So anyone else obvious? Oh, here, you hiding back here.
It's rare to meet travelers as strong and brave as yourselves. I raise my glass to you. Anyway, my sister's already gone back to our tribe. She has patients to treat.
Oh, we actually ran into her on the way here and, well, Paimon just thinks she really cares about you.
Paimon, was he about to give the game away like 2 seconds after she specifically told us don't tell her?
Yeah. I'm planning on visiting home myself in a few days. To tell her and the rest of the family that they need to be extra careful. I just hope they take it seriously. The Abyss has likely sensed your arrival in Natlan by now. So exercise caution on your adventures as well.
Oh yeah, we'll know about that. Alright, is there anyone else before I go talk to Cutie McHearts? Mulani have anything else to say, or is she just enjoying?
Alright, Kachina. Let's party!
I'm a little embarrassed.
Don't be. Come on, you're the star of the show today.
Hey, you.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
It doesn't matter where we go, they never get us alcohol.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away.
Why didn't you get the heroes of the past to join you in this age?
Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short, and beyond a point it just doesn't seem real. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
Paimon's suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, none of her buildings are around anymore. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her.
So that's the life you had to leave behind.
You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something I have long since come to terms with. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
That's actually what I wanted to ask, if you're already aware of fate.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist, and all are equally important. Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3 to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side, whatever it takes.
And me smiles?
Your resistance to the corrupting power.
I was gonna say, yeah, us being able to purify the Abyss probably makes us, like, the secret key to everything in Mavoika's head. She's like, yeah, no, we need this person on our team.
If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Ancient names can be forged?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in circulation would have long dwindled to 0. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by
I think this is going to be the 5.1 story arc. I think it's going to be a training arc to then earn the ancient name, so we have a name within Natlan.
This is my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall. I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
You don't have to promise me anything. I just want to help out the people.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name.
The Lion Lady? Oh, is that why she's in 5.1? Because we're gonna go meet her next update? Oh boy. I can't wait, because she's like one of the, of all the new characters for Natlan, she's the one that's got, like, my favorite design.
We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
You don't sound too confident. Also, what's with that smile? Holy shit, she looks kind of like... No, she looks kind of sinister there. Yeah, black stone under a white stone. So yeah, the next arc's going to be getting our...
My lord, I received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize
our boy.
Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now.
He's honorable as well. Hell yeah. That's my Gundam Tanaka. That's my honorable king. He's like, nah, if she's weak, I ain't fighting her. A victory earned in unfair advantage is not a victory earned at all. Also, I love this remix of the Harbinger theme that's playing for him, this piano.
As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that. What do you plan to do next?
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be.
Chris Tagliaferra generally has one of my favorite voices in, like, the voice acting world. I know I'm, like, super biased, but there's something about his voice and everything he does. I'm just like, man, that voice is sick.
You heard something from here, didn't you?
Don't mind me taking screenshots. The flames of the cornerstone of stars and flames. Have you got anything else to say, Mavoika?
Oh, something else you'd
oh,
like
goodness.
to ask?
Oh, I've got no other questions, milady. About the captain's whereabouts.
Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kenichi's investigation helped us confirm that he's being aided by someone from the Masters of the Nightwind. I'm getting closer to narrowing down who that may be, but it's still unclear whether this person aided the captain out of willingness or coercion. If you learn anything about this during your adventures, please let me know. Oh, something else you'd like to ask? The Abyss is the most formidable enemy in all of Teyvat. In the beginning, it took failure and tragedy to even begin to learn how to fight back. All of the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience and insight passed down over generations. We know them to work, but few of us actually understand why. It's the same for the method we use here in Natlan. Ever since ancient times, elemental energy has been one of our most reliable weapons against the Abyss. As for the principles behind it, I'm afraid you might have to seek answers from someone older than the position of Pyro Archon itself. Oh, something else you'd like? That also comes down to the long-standing effects of the Abyss. Our people's survival is inextricably tied to the Wayab, but their power has its limits. They cannot offer our people the same degree of protection outside our borders. In fact, people who do decide to leave often suffer from memory loss and emotional issues.
Oh, that's why people don't leave Natlan, because of how, like, they're so tied to all the Wayabs, it fucks them up if they leave. So it's not that there's like a completely locked-in land like we thought. It's literally just like, hey, if you leave knowing the consequences kind of thing. Your connection will be severed to the Wayabs and you'll just get fucked. Emotional issues as well kind of sounds worrying.
Everyone in Natlan understands this. That's why our people never leave without a good cause. Even if someone is left with no choice, the chief of their tribe must seek approval with the Wayab to grant them leave. And the Wayab have always been very strict about granting that approval, since extending protection beyond our borders means consuming power reserved for our fight against the Abyss. Still, there's no need to worry. The Wayab extend their protection to all within Natlan, including visitors from afar. Oh, something else you'd like to ask?
I've got no other questions, milady. I was hoping she'd be like, oh, you don't need to be so formal. No. We will do that in a second. I'm going to get my prize. There we are. So we've got the Tribal Chronicles that we can do, and we've got Beneath the Crystal Rock. All in all, though, yeah, that's pretty good fucking stories. I'm very interested to see where it goes. Even if we have to wait 6 more weeks for it, mumble grumble, mumble grumble.
Take it easy.
But like usual, those weeks will fly by. It always does. We're sitting here, and then suddenly next stream we'll be like, oh, and that's the end of Natlan. Hey, we can now start talking about Snezhnaya. Like, they will always just come along and fly by. I think the wait to 5.3 will be torture, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But all in all, yeah, real strong start. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed the tribes and the systems with it. I like the connection with the Wayabs. I like that we actually got to explore the Abyss. Mavoika is a very interesting and unique Archon in how she's built and how she works. This whole prophecy of, like, jumping 500 years into her future, like she did, basically, to our present, to try and set up all these heroes and whatnot. The idea of having to, like, do this, basically we've got to do a training arc for this, to get the heroes together. Morlani is absolutely a protagonist-esque character. Like, you know, she's one of the chosen ones and everything. So I can't wait to see more where that goes. Just in general, it's a really strong story, and I'm really happy with it. But I say that, but I feel like I've been saying that since Sumeru. There's some magic they like started capturing around Sumeru, where all the stories were just really consistent. Because like I said, even Inazuma, I loved Act 1 and Act 2. Act 3 really let the whole thing down. It felt like that should have been spaced out and more explained. But we're not done for today. At least, if we don't get the world quest done today, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Like I said, I might stream it tomorrow, I might not. If I don't, we're still done. I've done the important stuff. The world quest I don't mind doing in my spare time. But I want to at least do this. The last part of this, or the Morlani, basically just the Morlani quest, because I don't think there's actual story quest we unlock for her.
After all we've been through recently, it sure feels good to come back to visit the people of the Springs. It's been a while since we last got in touch with Mualani. I wonder what she's up to now.
Why don't we just ask her to be our guide?
Have Mualani be our guide. Oh, Paimon just remembered something! Do you remember that journey to the mysterious island that we were never able to complete?
The one with the legend? Let me go stream on Twitch now. Oh, best of luck with that. Enjoy your stream.
Yeah, that's the one! Paimon remembers the chief, the people of the springs, told us that we must find a guide we could trust with our lives. That would make Mualani the perfect choice, wouldn't it? We can invite her to be our guide and set up for the island! As qualified adventurers, we should never give up!
You're thinking about the treasure, aren't you? And here's hoping when we next pick up the Archon quest, by the way, when we get to 5.1 in 6 weeks, that I don't have a sore throat, so I can have an easier time voicing the characters. Because I feel like I've been quieter than I usually am during a lot of the Genshin streams for this update, and it's not like just because of the usual I'm just focusing on reading everything, which I am. It is just that I'm sparing my throat a little bit here and there. You're thinking about the treasure, aren't you?
Well, we should always keep the treasure in mind, shouldn't we? Come on, let's go find Mualani!
Issue Mualani an invitation.
Sorry, we don't carry any black swimming floaters here.
But why? Black floaters look really cool.
May I ask whether you've had some bad luck lately?
Well, yeah, sorta. The last pair of black floaters I bought ended up getting bitten by Koholosaur. I nearly drowned. Which is why I want to buy some new ones.
I knew it. I specifically asked an expert from the Masters of the Nightwind about this once. Black floaters bring bad luck.
Really?
Also, have you by any chance become a mosquito magnet? Or found yourself overheating? Maybe even suffering a little heat stroke?
Yeah, that's exactly how I've been feeling. It's all starting to make sense now.
In that case, I'd recommend either pink or blue swimming floaters. According to the experts, bright colors can not only lift your mood, but also bring good luck. I'll even offer you a discount if you'd like. Just see it as a way of celebrating your luck taking a turn for the better.
You'd really do that? Then I'll take one of each.
You got it. Well, hello there! If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon.
It's been a while, Mualani!
Good to see you again, even though for us it's been like 5 seconds, but still.
Was all that stuff you were saying just now really true? Do pink and blue floaters really bring good luck?
Of course. I know a friend who nearly drowned once, but because she was wearing blue floaters, a group of Koholosaurs came to the rescue and brought her back to shore.
Whoa, for real?
But let's get back to why you're here. Are you looking to buy some water sports products? Come on, don't be strangers now. I can give you whatever you need. You are guests here, after all. It's only natural for me to give some gifts to you.
No, we actually came here to ask you to be our guide.
Well, you've come to the right person.
That was quick.
Where do you want to
That
go?
was quick. She was like, ooh, guide, here I am.
We want to visit the mysterious island from the legend.
A trip to the mysterious island? Oh.
Do you have any concerns, Mualani?
I assume you're already aware of how difficult the trip will be, right?
Yep, your chief has already made that pretty clear. But with our adventuring experience and with you as our guide, we'll definitely be able to reach the mysterious island.
Then I'll have to explain some things to you first. I learned all my skills as a guide from Uncle New, and he's the best guide in the whole tribe. But apparently, even he has never successfully reached the island. With a good guide to lead the way, a journey should usually be fun and pleasant. However, going to the mysterious island is different. And I don't know if I can guarantee that. But since it's you two asking, I definitely won't refuse. It's just my duty as a guide to explain these things before I officially agree to go on the journey.
Paimon thought this would be a piece of cake for you, but it seems like we're actually asking a lot. Paimon will feel really guilty to make a friend go through a bunch of trouble just for the sake of finding some treasure.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Mualani?
Whoa, what's the hurry?
Come on, what are you waiting for? Kolo just got back to the tribe. I heard he found another underground ruin full of treasure.
Oh, Koolo's back! Wait for me!
Who's Koolo?
Oh, he's currently ranked as the #1 guide in the People of the Springs. Besides the tribe's first chief, he's the only other guide who's ever made it to the mysterious island.
Thanks for the stream, Matt. No worries, dude. Best of luck with your stream.
He's always out and about, so we don't get to see him often. Sounds like this is quite an occasion, though. Let's go check it out. Let me put up the closed sign first. Okay, come with me.
Journey to the mysterious island. And the person Mualani is talking about.
The crystals you asked for can only be found in caverns deeper than 500 meters underground. Here, have a look for yourself. As for the people you asked me to take along, they almost all got lost in a cave. Out of my sense of duty as a guide, I brought them all back. Next time, just save the trouble and let me go alone. Indeed. Well done. No wonder he's the best. I wouldn't dare to go more than 200 meters down into a cavern like that.
I wonder how much he made this time.
Whoa, it really does sound like a super amazing guide. Do you think you could get some pointers from him, Mualani? Who knows? Maybe he could save us some trouble on our trip to the mysterious island.
Ko'olo always treats his experience like trade secrets. He never tells anyone anything about being a guide.
Oh, okay.
But one day, I'll also be able to reach the island.
That's him, right? Do you really think you'll be able to get his help?
Allow me to do the talking. You must be the top guide of your tribe. I have a commission that I hope you'd be willing to consider.
That guy sure looks familiar. Oh, aren't those two the scholars from Sumeru who are bitten by the Koholosaurs? They also wanted to go to the mysterious island, right? Seems they finally realized that they need a guide.
A commission? Since you've obviously heard about my abilities, have you also happened to hear about my rates? If you're not intimidated by the price, then we can talk.
Yes, I've looked into everything I need to know. As long as the trip is a success, then the commission fees won't be a problem.
Oh? And where is it you want to go?
The mysterious island.
Just as Paimon thought.
But first, please don't misunderstand. I'm no tourist. I wish to visit the real place.
Like a real tourist. I mean, no, wait.
What? He wants to go to the island.
In that case, Ko'olo's the only one for the job. But the journey to the island requires a lot more than just a guide, right?
Since you want to visit the real mysterious island, then I'm sure you've also heard about the requirement for our trip, right?
Yes, I know. According to the legend, only those who are willing to entrust their lives to one another will be able to reach the island together. I must reach that island, even if that means putting my life in someone else's hands. I have made up my mind.
Don't waste your words on me. The way I see it, the requirement is just a way to weed out those who do not have the skills to reach the island by themselves. You say you'd put your life in somebody else's hands? Ridiculous. Even if someone were to trust me with their life, they'd just be another burden. Let's look at it the other way around. Why would I place my life in the hands of someone whose abilities are far below mine? That is what the legend is really hinting at here. Many guides in the tribe have received commissions like this, only to end up bogged down by their incompetent clients long before reaching the destination. How do you think I reached the mysterious island? I made it because I chose to go alone.
Well, I'm different. I'm no ordinary tourist.
That doesn't make much of a difference to me. You'll give up halfway at best, which is a waste of my time. And a waste of your commission fees. I can tell you're just looking to explore something new. If that's the case, then you can find another guide in the tribe. For example, new student over there.
What's up with that guy's attitude? Paimon takes back everything nice she said about him.
I have things to do now. Goodbye.
Hold on, Ko'olo.
What's wrong? I'm only introducing a potential client to you because I know you're a teacher. In fact, I'd say it's quite the opportunity.
Never mind that for now. I don't agree with your views on the island. Uncle New taught me that...
I know. You're just the same as him. You both obviously hope to prove yourselves, but still think that you have to follow the legend to the letter. Waiting for a cumbersome client to find you before even trying to set off.
Mualani?
The rare ores I brought back are proof that I've been to the island. But as for New, where's his proof? Why don't you wait until he's actually found the island before you start using his views to refute me?
After Kulao leaves, the crowd disperses. I don't think he's found the island at all. I think he just has like a loot cave.
I'm really sorry. I just wanted to take you to see what the excitement was all about. I wasn't planning on getting into an argument with him again.
That Ko'olo seemed to harbor some kind of grudge against you, Mualani. Or maybe your teacher.
I know. Quite an impressive achievement for my teacher, huh? Even the best guide in the tribe can't stop talking about him.
Oh, Paimon thought you'd be more upset.
Of course not. Uncle New has also argued with Ko'olo before. I've already heard the same words several times now, but it's hard to prove anything to him unless you've actually been to the island.
He also really hoped to reach the island, right, Mualani?
That's right. It's just that I've always seen the journey as something super important and not to be taken lightly. I was really surprised when you asked me to be your guide today. After telling you about all the dangers with such a serious face, I didn't make you think that you're causing me trouble, did I?
Actually, Paimon did think about taking our invite back.
No, please don't do that. Actually, that is also a part of what Uncle New taught me as a guide. The difficulty of the trip is the very first thing that needs to be clearly laid out to the group. If you want a chance of reaching the destination together, you must first reach a consensus on the amount of effort that will be required. I always felt that my teacher is no less skilled than Ko'olo. But Uncle New has never been to the island, so Ko'olo always uses that to push us down. So, as Uncle New's student, I've always wanted to complete the trip to prove his skills. It's a pity that I've never had the chance.
But don't you have that chance now, Mualani? If you'd agree to be our guide, we're completely willing to trust you with our lives. With the help of the renowned traveler and her trusty companion, you'll definitely be able to find the mysterious island. Then you can come back and teach that Ko'olo a lesson.
Oh, Paimon. Come on, bring it in.
Aw, you're making Paimon
She's such a hugger. I love her. Mualani just hugs everyone.
Alrighty then. If we're gonna go, we should start preparing right away. I've already had the plans for this trip written out.
Meanwhile, these two are just in watching like, hey, what are they doing?
Oh, it's that scholar guy. Paimon almost forgot he was still here.
Scholar guy? My name is Varamdra. Please use it.
I didn't expect to see you again, Traveler in Paimon.
Oh, and it's that lady too. Hello again.
Excuse me, Miss Guide. Since we've been referred to you, would it be okay for us to join your journey?
I'm Mualani. Just call me by my name. As for whether or not you can come along, I'm sure you've already heard the requirements. We've only just met, and I'm not sure you're cut out for this trip. The path to the mysterious island is a grueling one.
Oh.
I admit that after coming to Natlan, I've encountered many things outside of my field of expertise. It's understandable you're worried that we'll slow you down. So how about this? We'll set off with you as ordinary travel companions, and I'll pay you the usual commission fees. But we won't officially be your clients. In other words, you needn't shoulder the responsibility of being our guide. And even if something were to happen to us, your reputation as a guide won't be tarnished as a result. How does that sound?
If you accompany us, then you are a member of the team. I could never agree to such a careless deal. Oh, don't tell me you think I'm the same kind of person as Ko'olo.
So you still refuse? Fine. Kariel, put the Mora for the return trip in your backpack. Without a guide, the road ahead may be dangerous, so please don't follow me.
Varamdra?
Now he wants to go alone? Why is this guy so obsessed with that island?
Because he probably just wants the treasure.
Please don't do this in front of a guide. I can't let a tourist go on some dangerous journey all alone. Even my sweet mom would give me a harsh scolding if I ever let you do that.
I'm so sorry for the trouble. Really.
Don't say that. Although it'd be inappropriate to bring along two strangers I just met, there is another solution. How about this? Let's meet up tomorrow morning at the monument near the tribe's southeastern slope. I'll see you there.
So you've decided to accept my offer?
No. My plan is to use some of our time together to turn you from strangers into friends. The kind we can trust with our lives.
That's your plan? Very well, then.
Wonderful. On behalf of both Barandra and I, thank you so much.
Pretty sure only Mualani could come up with a plan like that.
Yeah, that's Mualani for you.
We need to get started on our preparations. Come with me.
To the fishing spot. This is just a character quest. I know it's like saying all the tribe quest stuff, but this is just a character quest. Let's not pretend here, guys.
Hey, Alafa. I've got some business for you.
We've been over this before. The name's Yellowfath.
I know. It's just that Lafa sounds so much cuter.
Well, since you're the customer here, I guess whatever floats your boat.
I need a camping tent with all the accessories. Only the best you've got.
Another commission, huh? Just so you know, a full tent according to your standards is gonna be pricey. Is your client covering the bill?
How much are we talking?
Don't worry about the costs. I'll take care of it.
Oh, but that's not right.
We are the clients, after all.
Ahem. Let's make this clear, Traveler and Paimon. We're not working together like this is a hired commission, are we?
Oh, no. We're traveling as close friends who trust each other with anything.
That's what I thought. Honestly, I can be a little picky when it comes to camping equipment, and I don't want my friends to be paying for me. But don't worry, it's not that expensive. We're ready, Lafa.
Your total is 200,000 mora.
Isn't that still a lot for you, Mualani?
Just imagine us in the wilderness, okay? We can either sleep out in the open, tired and weary, or simply spend a week's worth of pocket money and completely solve that problem. I'd say that's a great deal.
You call that a week's worth of pocket money?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, Mualani pays for everything. I think she's a little better off than she lets on.
That's not important.
Yeah, she's a little better off than she lets on.
Come with me.
You're right, buddy. Look at this guy. Oh, he's just kind of looking. Do you want to hop in the water? He's a little shy.
Afternoon, Uncle On.
You call me uncle, but I'm old enough to be your grandfather, you know.
Because you're still young, Uncle On. Hey, can you help me find something kind of rare? I can negotiate the price. What do you say?
All right. What are you looking for?
A record player. Specifically, the kind that's convenient to take camping.
Ah, that model is pretty rare indeed. I thought it'd be nice to keep it as a prized collectible in the shop.
Uncle On.
Just don't break it, okay? I'll even buy it back from you when you're done with it.
Thanks, Uncle On.
A record player? Does that mean we need to buy some records too?
Yep, and that's our next stop.
So if we're going to do camping, we need a house, a record player. Like, alright. We're going camping.
Hey, Paka Paka.
Mualani? Have you finally decided to release
Also, I've realized that,
You'd be the first I'd sign with if I ever did, but not today.
yeah, she's not singing today. Yeah, it's like, if she has a nickname for everyone.
Keeping from customers and listening to in secret.
That's a pretty rare record, you know? Besides, I haven't even finished listening to that one yet.
Maybe I can think of a way to connect you with a friend from the Masters of the Night Wind to release a record.
Whoa, then we could produce some really wild tunes. You've got a deal.
Nice. That's the record also accounted for.
What do we need it for anyway?
Well, I asked a friend from the Masters of the Night Wind for some advice once, and apparently, playing this song at night is an effective way to keep travelers safe and sound.
Is that really a thing? Well, if it doesn't cost much, that's a nice way to make the trip a little more pleasant.
You know how it goes, Mualani. 20,000 mora for this record. That's the best I can do.
Deal.
Looks like Mualani really is rich.
That should be about everything we need to buy. Next is... Ooh, I'm getting kind of nervous.
What's wrong, Mualani?
Next, I need to find my teacher and get the map to the island. Besides the legend left by the first chief, there's also a map. Well, not just a regular map, it's more like a treasure map. It's full of strange symbols, almost like it's a part of a big puzzle. Guides must draw from their experience to decipher the map's meaning and understand the route. The chief made several copies of the map and distributed them to the first members of the tribe. The copies were to be passed down to future generations, so usually a teacher will pass their copy to their student. Which brings us to today. The day I officially asked Uncle Mu for his copy of the map.
Whoa. Hearing that is also making Paimon feel a little nervous. Sounds like it must be a pretty serious moment.
Yes, but the thought of having you two by my side somehow makes me feel a lot better. We won't let Uncle New down, right?
That's right! Let's go and find him together!
Company Mualani as she meets her teacher. Hang on, how many of these have we got? Various items that Mualani purchased for this adventure. Camping equipment is a necessity. Of course, and the record players that records are for. Entertaining during rest time, you suppose? Also, at the end of that story, because we got given something big, and I thought it would be here. But I don't see it anywhere. God knows where it is then. 88. God, I'm getting there on the paracolors. So I started doing it in Fontaine, but instead of turning them in as I go, I wait until I got all of them and then turn them in. So then it's easier for me to keep track on what ones I'm missing. Anyway.
Take it easy.
Oh, he's way over there.
Afternoon, Uncle New. I have a big surprise for you.
A surprise? Then you must be here to finally pick up the map.
You saw right through me, as always.
Did you forget that you had mentioned these two to me before? The ones who went to the Night Kingdom with you. In some sense, you could say that you've already trusted each other with your lives. It's just that my feelings are a little complicated now.
Huh? Do you think that I'm still not ready yet, Uncle New?
No, I believe you are the best guide in your generation. It's just that I'm not ready yet. After all, the journey to the mysterious island is no easy feat for any guide of the people of the Springs. I'm still a little worried.
Don't worry. With our help, Mualani will definitely be able to find the mysterious island.
Yeah. This time I'll definitely be able to prove that Ko'olo is no better than Uncle Nu.
Don't misunderstand. Since you've made up your minds, I won't try to stop you. It's just... Please listen to your teacher's words once more, Mualani. Our mission as guides has never been to prove anything. There is only one thing we must do. Guide tourists safely to their destination.
I understand, Uncle Nu.
In that case, you may have the map. Also, take this with you.
What is it?
It's a talisman. Take good care of it. You must return it to me when you get back from the mysterious island.
Was this made with spinel fruit? For some reason, this doesn't look like a regular spinel fruit to me.
Right, which is precisely why it's so effective.
You really know me best, Uncle Nu. Alright. Traveler and Paimon, tomorrow we'll set off. Make sure you get some good rest tonight.
Yay! Paimon can't wait for another adventure!
Oh, I gotta check this map. Hey, I think it's the island that we discovered on, like, day 1. I think it's still this island. I think this is still the island that they're talking about. But sure, wait till the following day.
It's about time to meet.
Oh, way up there. Alright, there? Oh, it's way up there, up there.
Traveler, Paimon, over here!
You're here, Mualani! Oh, and those strange scholars are here too.
Strange scholars. He waves. He knows who he is.
Morning, you two.
Morning!
So when are we leaving?
Seems you're as excited as a child before the start of our journey.
I just want to get down to business as soon as possible. You know this is no leisurely spring stroll, so I hope we can all act a little more professional.
Don't worry, I'm a very professional guide. Our journey to the mysterious island has officially begun.
Yay!
First, do you all see the statue here?
Uh-huh. Is it an important clue?
Well, no, it's not a clue at all. He was the first chief of the people of the Springs who came back from the mysterious island and set up this place. It's a monument. The first thing we need to do before we set off is to touch the statue and pray to our ancestors. This will make our journey to the mysterious island smoother.
Is there any theoretical basis to support that claim?
A theoretical basis? No, but my teacher taught me it's an essential step before heading to the mysterious island. Very good. You didn't try to argue with me over something that you aren't knowledgeable about. That's very professional of you.
Oh, way to get back at him.
Since this practice doesn't have an empirical basis, I won't be able to include it in my thesis.
Come on, everyone.
And also, he could include it in his thesis. You could just say it's a cultural thing that he had to do. It's that easy.
Greetings to my ancestors. As your descendant, I'm about to follow in your footsteps and witness your accomplishments. Allow me to depart under your gaze and return under your protective watch.
It really feels like we're about to embark on a great adventure!
Now, please get ready. We're going to look for the first clue.
Speaking of which, where should we look for the clue?
At a place where many gather. Like a party.
Huh?
Oh, there's treasure along the way. Hey, is this a part of the trip? What? No, we need to... Fine. Nice.
Shine down.
Let's get in there.
Let's hope you put up a good fight.
Oh, If you're wondering why the enemies are suddenly back to like level 90-ish and not like level 100 like they were, there's a good reason for that. I lowered the world level down a level for when I was hunting all the optional bosses around the map, because some of them are really fucking annoying. Especially, like, they're already annoying, let alone when they're like a level 103. If I bring on all of these, I've been working on them, like, seriously, I've done 4 of them. Some of them are really annoying. The Polychrome Tri-Stars, especially, that's the one that made me lower the difficulty, basically, because they just are so fucking annoying to fight. I'm not going to go for the 3-star on all of them, but I would like to beat all of them. So, actually, I've done a few of them. Because I need to do, Atali's, Atlatil's Blessing, Tatsukulotl, He Never Dies, and Kulakotl. Sappho Amidst the Waves was probably the easiest. Koshijo wasn't too bad. It's just literally that one really started to wind me up trying to do it, so eventually I came away. And I lowered the world thing. But if you lower the world difficulty, you can't up it again for another 24 hours, which is why I haven't done it yet. Being your home's shattered. Yeah. Actually, how many gems am I on now? Got 792 just from this stream. Damn.
At least good luck does.
Oh, sorry, Eula. Just interrupted her. How far are we going? Oh, yeah, okay, it'll be... No, we'll run over there, just in case we bump into anything along the way. Actually do a little bit of running around today. Oh, and before we wrap up, I don't think I have enough, to be honest. We've just only been doing story. I have enough for one, so we need to actually, like, check the level up the thing. So I don't know what the level cap is for, like, the first round. I can see a Pyrocolors from here. How are we getting to you? I mean, you're not too high up. We could probably cheat it a little bit, but there's probably a legit way they want us to do it, so that's why I'm kind of looking around. I think I have a good idea. Let me leave a marker here just in case. I think it's going to be go get the water creature, and it's going to be like a booster that we can jump up and get it. It's underneath that part of the pool. Yeah, there's going to be some kind of booster in the water. Let's go fight this thing. Circle around. Try and find... Oh, there's a fish bro there. Awesome.
There is no escape. This is where you... An impressive bounty.
I'll activate this just in case. Our internet keeps on fighting me. Let's try and save this guy.
Let's hope you put up a good fight.
Please.
Illusion shattered.
Please. There we go.
Busted.
So he landed up on this tree. Oi. I hope it's not just a chest. I hope it is like a current or something to boost us up. Hey, nice. 89. In fact, there's 108 to start with. Is brutal, but it is what it is. We've kind of come to accept that each time a new nation comes around, there's going to be even more shit to collect. Where's this go? Before we go back to blood. Far is the answer to that question. Holy shit. Yeah, we don't need to be here. I'm warping back. Oh, at least I know we'll make it. Also, is there any particular reason we're getting flung this high? Oh, and to just help get people up the mountain super quick.
Wow, there are a lot of Kaholosaurs here.
As expected, the first clue is related to the Kaholosaurs.
When people from outside the tribe get a copy of the map, most can deduce that the first clue is related to the Kaholosaurs. But they often end up looking in the wrong direction. When the first chief created the map, he left a special mark for this part. It's a code that the tribe uses to indicate a herd of them. So it'll be impossible to gain any leads from just finding one or two stray Kaholosaurs.
You're a real pro at this, Mualani.
But according to the information I've been able to find, Kaholosaurs don't like gathering as herds unless it's to compete for the hot springs.
So let me tell you a secret that only a guide from the people of the springs would know. It so happens that wild Kaholosaurs periodically gather in the valley up ahead. It's almost like how our tribe gathers together for festivals. Still, as soon as the season changes, the herd quickly disperses again. Unless you're a guide who's always running across Natlan, it would be very rare to ever witness such a thing.
This is a thing? I need to note this down right away and include an explanation as a part of my thesis.
According to what I've deciphered from the map, a clue is hidden deep in that valley.
But to get there, won't we have to get through the herd of Kaholosaurs?
We'll have to think of a way to sneak past without startling them. They're gathering together with their friends, so I'm sure they don't want to be disturbed.
You mean we're going to have to walk through the Kaholosaur herd? That feels a little...
Given we've agreed to work together, everyone should do their part. However, Karia has been attacked by Kaholosaurs before, so this isn't an ideal plan for her. But it shouldn't be a problem at all for me. Let's have Karia wait here, and I'll take over all the tasks that were supposed to be entrusted to her.
No worries. We don't need everyone to go. We actually need someone to stay and look after the luggage, so we'll leave that to you two. Traveler, Paimon, please come with me.
Is that so? Then that works out perfectly.
And now I understand how much you care for your assistant scholar. Follow me and stay close.
I'm not pressing anything now.
Oh no, we've been spotted. Let's back off and try again.
I was just following you.
These Kaholosaurs sure seem on guard. We'll never get through.
Given you've already used the information provided by the map to deduce that the clue is in that valley, why don't you simply chase them away? You're pretty strong, aren't you?
First of all, the elders of the tribe have always warned us to never hurt the Kaholosaurs. Doing so will almost certainly bring bad luck. And secondly, you can't just show up and intrude on others' gatherings, much less make them leave. That's just terrible.
But on what basis?
Okay, so can we figure out another way to enter the valley?
There must be a way to enter the valley without startling them. It'd take a while for me to come up with a solution on my own, so I'd like to ask everyone to help come up with some ideas.
Let Paimon think. Oh, is there a detour or another way around?
According to the map, the clue is right in the middle of the Kaholosaur herd. Even if we try to approach from the other side, we'll just run into the same problem.
How about from above then we land?
This is tricky.
Karia, I've noticed that you only talk when you're trying to help smooth things over between Varamdra and the others. I'm sure you must have some ideas of your own, so why don't you share them with us?
Me? All right. When Varamdra decided to look for leads on the Koholosaurs, I wanted to help, and so I also looked up some information about the creatures. I discovered something very interesting. We thought that the Koholosaurs relied on their hearing to track their prey, but they also possess a very keen sense of smell. But I'm not sure how useful that information is.
Oh. Oh, that was actually very useful, Miss Karia.
You can just call me Karia.
In that case, please stay here and keep an eye on the luggage. Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I've got an idea.
Sorry, I got distracted. I was reading, Hideki Itsuno, is officially leaving Capcom after 30 years. The director of Devil May Cry, well, the end of 2, but Devil May Cry 3, 4, 5, and both Dragon's Dogma games. To chase new ventures. I wish him the best, but it's still like, oh, he's going? Yeah, his announcement today that I just saw, that he dropped an hour ago, reads as, and I quote, "I have an announcement for all my followers. At the end of August 2024, I will be leaving Capcom after 30 years and 5 months. Thank you for your long-term support of the games and characters I have been responsible for. I hope you will continue to support Capcom's games and characters. From September, I will start developing a new game in a new environment. I hope to create fun, beautiful games that are as memorable as, or even more memorable than, the ones I have created so far. Please stay tuned for my new creations. Hideaki Itsuno." That's a real end of an era moment. I wish him the best. Let's carry on. So I saw that during the cutscene. I wanted to kind of talk about it quickly because that is important. That man's responsible for a lot of my childhood, and I'm not really sure how to feel about that because I only just read it. Like, I'm happy for him, I'm happy he's moving on, and I'm also looking forward to whatever he makes next. I am curious what the future of the properties he's made for Capcom will become.
The key to making our way through the
Because is there going to be a Dragon's Dogma 3? And if so, like, who's going to be in charge of it? How's it going to work? Are they still going to, like, commission him, essentially, to help out? And obviously, Devil May Cry, there's already not the highest hopes in the world that Devil May Cry 6 is coming anytime soon, so I know this won't help. I still think it will eventually. It's just, it will probably be different. Devil May Cry 5 was very much a celebration and end of an era. So whenever 6, assuming there is, comes around, it will probably be different. I just hope it lives up to the legacy that's been left behind now.
Oh, Paimon feels all wet and slimy. But this actually does smell like a Koholosaur.
Perfect. Okay, let's try to make our way through again.
As we try our smell lures to get the Koholosaurs to go around.
Stay out of sight. What's that sound? Careful.
Oh.
Oh, it's just a young Koholosaur. Don't worry, this little one doesn't pose any danger.
It's the big ones that'll tear us to shreds. Try and be a little sneakier, Mualani. You kind of just stop and going here.
How could there be so many here? We can't get through. Oh, I have an idea. Wait here.
Uh-oh. God, the internet, please just hold. Will you, for fuck's sake? And I can try and figure out what on earth's going on over the weekend.
Careful. Don't startle them. We must be getting close.
Look, a bunch are gathering around that rock. What are they doing?
Maybe when things start to get boring, they gather together and talk about something fun?
Paimon thought guides from the people of the springs could understand Koholosaurs.
Sounds like someone has been trying to trick you.
True, they were definitely trying to scam us. Huh? Do you see that on the rock? It looks like some kind of drawing.
I've heard that there is a type of moss that changes color when it reacts to the biological signals released by Koholosaurs. But to trigger that sort of reaction, you'd need a huge number of Koholosaurs. That must be the clue!
Should we take a picture?
Oh, the flash might disturb them. Let me try to copy it down.
Mualani is a great trace artist and gets us a copy.
I see. Had we chosen to drive the Koholosaurs off, then we never would have found this lead. Seems there was a logical basis for everything you said after all.
Has he always been this way, Miss Karia?
He's just obsessed with his research. That's all.
At least this has shown that my judgment is correct. I've proven my trustworthiness. And so, there should be no need for us to argue next time.
Yes, I understand. And I suppose that'll help us avoid wasting time.
Mualani really knows how to lead our group.
She is a professional guide after all.
Next, we'll need to use the lead we found to uncover our next destination. Now, what does this pattern represent?
Hard to tell. Paimon certainly doesn't have any idea what it's trying to get at.
Aha! I got it. Though the lines are kind of rough, I can still see that they represent the boundaries between the water and the land at Jadeskirt Knoll. We can use this to fill in the hole on the map and find our next destination.
Really? You got all that just from some rough lines?
Well, intuition is also a part of it. Maybe I've just seen too many maps as a guide, and now it's easier for me to pick up on patterns like that. All right, break time is over. Let's get ready to move.
The fact I have to sit on like this paranoid edge because of the my internet being very slow today is so frustrating. Like sometimes it goes back to normal, like right now it's kind of nearish, and then it just creeps up and goes yellow or red sometimes, and it's really annoying. I just wish I had an answer. It's the reason why it always ends up annoying me. I just wish I had an answer. I wish I had a way that I could work towards fixing it, but I never get it, and so it winds me up.
Okay, this is the place.
So, where do we go next?
I'm not completely sure yet. The map seems to indicate there's a mechanism here that crosses the water. But I still need to think about what these lines might be referring to.
I knew it! My theory was correct!
Sounds like he's got something to say again.
If you have any suggestions, then please feel free to share.
I believe the mechanism that the lines are indicating is a spirit way.
That is a possibility. But I don't remember anyone from the tribe setting up a spirit door around here.
According to my theory, it might not have been set up by humans. The dragons living in that land also used a similar device, long before the humans. Speaking of which, the spirit doors your tribe uses may have been built imitating the dragon ones.
Oh, I remember now. Uncle New did mention this possibility to me before.
After learning about the legend, I realized that it was connected to my research, and so I looked up a lot of related information. Even though I haven't found an exact route to the mysterious island, I'm fairly certain I've deduced the geographical features of the island's surrounding areas. Firstly, it's at an intersection between water and land, and secondly, there should be a high concentration of phlogiston. My research indicates that the Spirit Way was originally a natural phenomenon caused by the flow of phlogiston. Therefore, the area must contain many potential spirit ways, and the dragons who lived here in ancient times may have left behind some devices to control them.
Oh, amazing! Now it all makes sense.
Now everyone's contributing to the team.
You flatter me. If my theory is correct, we should already be very close to the mysterious island. Once you've unlocked the mechanism, we'll be able to derive the island's location.
All right. Then let's start searching for the dragon's spirit door.
That's just a quick and easy name. I won't be able to include it in my thesis. Given the dragons used the device long before the humans, we should stick with a name that references no human concepts. Calling it a phlogiston node would be much more appropriate.
Then let's start searching for the phlogiston node. Speaking of which, what does it look like exactly?
If I'm not mistaken... Look that way!
Whoa! It started glowing! This should be it, right?
Looks like we can activate it once we get close enough. The light does remind me of a spirit way. But according to the map, there should be 2 more phlogiston nodes. Let's keep searching, everyone.
Activate the node. Damn it, it's not a... Oh, we gotta go. Alright. Oh, I guess this isn't the secret island then. If we have to go to it to do this, the secret island somewhere else. Alright. Into the water. Yes. Your turn. Into the water. There we go. And that one's way up there. Oh, I'm not walking all the way up there, though. Okay, well, we're going to swap and then do the quick way. Which I think we can warp up there.
Pilot sees it! Oh, but it's way up high. We'll need to find a way up there.
Has this always been here?
We finally found all of them.
Great work, everyone. Okay, now first, we need to figure out how to control this thing. Its qualities are very similar to that of a man-made device, but it doesn't seem as intuitive to me.
Is there something wrong?
See, look at this. After activating a normal spirit door, we could just go ahead and use it. But this one requires someone to stay and keep operating it here. Also, according to the map, we need to activate the mechanism and switch between different phlogiston nodes to change the path of the spirit way. If we don't operate the nodes properly, then the people on the spirit way will come tumbling from the sky.
Then that begs the question, how did that other guy on his own make it, unless he was lying?
The process should be very safe, but only if the 3 phlogiston nodes are each being operated by someone.
Do you think you'd be able to operate it? I just tried, and it clearly requires more skill than a typical spirit door.
Though I've never tried before, I've read a lot of information and theoretically should be able to properly control it. Let me give it a try. Huh? But in theory, this shouldn't happen.
If Varandra can't control it, then that also rules out me.
Okay, well, how about you?
After all the adventures she's been on, handling something like this should be easy peasy.
All right. Then it'll be up to the Traveler to stay here and operate the phlogiston node. I'll go activate the mechanism. I'll let you know when we need to switch nodes. Just make sure you quickly head to the corresponding node, and we should make it safely.
Oh, we gotta do some running around then.
Handling it this way sounds even more dangerous, Mualani.
Don't worry. It looks like the spirit ways are all above the water. I'm pretty good at swimming, so I'm not afraid if I end up falling in.
But it's so high! And you'll be falling so fast! If we don't manage to reach a node in time, or if we make a mistake, there's a lot that can happen!
Do you still remember the promise we made before we left Paimon?
Yeah, trusting each other in our lives.
Trust each other with their lives can reach the mysterious island. Since you two are willing to trust me, then naturally, I'm willing to trust you.
Alrighty.
Just leave it to us.
Please be careful.
During this Spirit Way challenge, you can jump to... Oh, I know how to jump between tracks. And of course, we get to play as Milani. Let's go! So here's the only trouble, and it's like, it sucks because it's clever. The only reason why I'm debating getting more Lani is so then I don't have to keep on hunting down the fish every single time I'm in a water section. But I don't know how much I'm going to need to use the water after this patch. Like, is it just because we're in the People of the Spring that there's a lot of water, or is there going to be water in other parts of Natlan as well? Oh, that's cute. Oh, she was stuck in a loop, because it doesn't even matter. Also, I saw that. We warped into her for a second. Before it took us back over here.
The path ends up ahead. Switch to the next spirit way.
We made that?
Traveler, get to the next node. Got it.
Oh, so now she's in a loop again. There she goes. She's done. That's her next lap.
That was perfect.
You were amazing, Luolani! There were a couple of moments Paimon thought it was over.
I'm confident I could do it all over again. Wait, why are the phlogiston nodes no longer lit?
Oh no, you're right!
It appears the phlogiston nodes here need to automatically recharge. Once they're activated, they'll be unusable for some time.
In that case, no matter what happens next, we have to seize our chance. Otherwise, who knows how long we'll have to wait for another shot.
Do you hear that?
The weather's getting gloomy, and a bunch of whirlpools just appeared in the water!
Yes, we need to get to higher ground and take a look.
You make your way up the hill nearby.
Hey, look over there!
Whoa! There's a giant whirlpool over there!
Yep, and that's our next stop.
Huh? What do you mean?
The info I deciphered from the map points to only one possibility. To reach the mysterious island, we must enter that massive whirlpool.
No way!
Forgive me for being frank, but as a guide of the People of the Springs, I'm sure you understand the danger of such a vortex even better than we do.
Yes, I know. But whether it's the information deciphered from the map, or the direction of the spirit way that I observed in the air, everything points to the path ahead being hidden in that whirlpool.
And what if you're wrong?
Rondra.
I'm not trying to be unreasonable. Unfortunately, I'm very knowledgeable in this area. The spirit ways must have affected the nearby bodies of water and lowered the water level. That's why the whirlpools appeared. At this rate, some of the land that was once underwater will soon reappear at the surface and see the light of day again. Don't you think that sounds more like the definition of a mysterious island? So, our goal should be the shallow waters. If we enter that vortex, the undercurrents will drag us to the bottomless abyss.
He does seem to have a point.
I can't find any evidence to refute your claim for the moment, but I still trust my judgment.
And it seems like it's time for our collaboration to come to an end.
But didn't we all agree to trust each other?
I have reached this conclusion based on my field of expertise, and I cannot deny it, even if you try to convince me otherwise. From now on, let us each choose our own way.
No, I refuse.
You?
Letting your clients separate themselves from the group in the middle of a journey will result in the worst luck possible. I will not agree to that.
Then we can implement the plan I proposed at the very beginning. You're not my guide, and as such, you don't have to take responsibility for me.
Oh, but you can't do that once you've traveled together as a group. If you were to leave now, we'll all be hit with bad luck. It's now beyond both our control. How about this? You and Karia wait here. We'll go first and investigate the whirlpool. I know you like to explain everything with theories and logic, so let me build my case first, and then I'll come back to convince you.
Well,
Traveler, Paimon, let's get going.
Company Mualani to investigate the whirlpool. Yeah, you got it, Buzz. And I was like, hey, let's go investigate something that can get us killed. And I'm like, yep, you got it. Or he's saluting her like, I'm ready. Whatever you say, Mualani.
Whoa. The massive whirlpool is up ahead. Just the thought of going in there is making Paimon dizzy.
Do you also think that this is a reckless decision?
Well...
It's okay. That's completely normal. Actually, I completely understand how Varamdra feels. This is just how it is to be a guide. The tribe's experiences passed down from generation to generation are what give us the ability to guide our guests through hardships. This gives us the power to decide which way we should go. But it also means that we must bear the consequences of our mistakes and judgment, which could be quite dire this time. Although I'm pretty convinced that all the leads we have collected are pointing us to the whirlpool, I still don't know what awaits us inside. If the scholars still choose to reject my plan, I won't have the confidence to ask them to only do as I say. The same goes for the two of you. You are the commissioners, so if you think this is too risky, then it's perfectly reasonable if you want to end the trip here. The good news is that I know the way back to the tribe very well.
Mualani?
We've already made a promise to each other.
Traveler.
That's right. You've trusted us before, Mualani. Now it's our turn to trust you. Besides, it's gonna take more than a whirlpool to scare the two of us. We all managed to make it back from the Night Kingdom. After an experience like that, what's so scary about being sucked into a whirlpool?
Aw, Paimon. Come on, bring it in again.
Oh, I was hoping to get that in. There's a screenshot, but no, it cut away too quick.
All right. Let's investigate this whirlpool and see if we can gather any info to convince that scholar. Matters of luck aside, he definitely knows a lot about geography, and we'll need him on the team.
I know, it's just that we can't see much from here. I'll get closer to the water and have another look.
Wait a sec. Is it just Paimon, or does the whirlpool seem to be getting smaller?
You're right. Maybe it's just like the phlogiston nodes and can only be active for a certain amount of time.
That means we need to hurry.
Miss Guide, we have a problem.
Karia? What are you doing here?
I tried to persuade him, but Varamdra insisted on verifying his theory first. He said that the water to the south was about to be shallow enough to wade through. But after he took a few steps, the water suddenly began to surge and he was swept away. I'm not much of a swimmer, so I came to call for help.
Oh, why did this have to happen now? Can we still make it into the whirlpool?
No time to hesitate. I'll get in the water and rescue him. Just tell me which way he went, Karia.
Oh, but hey, I'm gonna put that like, there's a pyro thing somewhere around here. Did we? I didn't see him anywhere.
Karya came and found us just in time.
Oh, there they are!
Verandra, thank goodness you're all right. Thank you so much, Miss Guide.
Didn't I tell you to wait for me?
Judging by the changes in the water's surface, the path to the mysterious island wouldn't be around for long. I didn't want to miss this opportunity. It's just... I didn't expect my calculations to be wrong. It seems you were right.
Right, who knows if we can make it back in time now? Huh? Well, the whirlpools have disappeared!
Seems we missed our chance.
Why would you give up on such an opportunity to come rescue me?
How can you say that? It's already bad enough that you had to be left behind. Do you think I'd let anyone in my group drown?
I'm really sorry.
Don't feel guilty, Karya. I think if I reactivate the nodes, that will cause the whirlpools to reappear. The only problem is that we still don't know exactly when we'll be able to do that. It's already getting late now, and we've been on the move for a whole day. As your guide, I suggest we make camp first and have a good meal. We can talk about the other stuff tomorrow.
Now that you mention it, Paimon is feeling a little hungry.
It's a miracle she hasn't mentioned food for so long.
Hey, Paimon's stomach can be very sensible. It won't interrupt while everyone's busy solving puzzles.
We have plenty of tasty things to eat. Let's just find a suitable spot to make camp. I like that place right over there.
Mualani guides everyone to the best place to make camp.
Is this the spot? Let Paimon and the Traveler help set up the tent.
Go ahead. I'll take care of the fire. Oh, and here's a little camping tip. It's best to set the tent upwind from the campfire.
Like beforehand. Oh, it's there? Hang on. That's evil. There's probably like other ways of getting to this, but I'm doing it my way. Is this to help you get back up from... Yeah, okay, no, they expect you to drop down, because the only way you're supposed to get back up is through the way the game says. And you go onto this one, and this one takes you up higher. Yeah. Shit, how much higher do you want to go? Go much higher. Let's get down there.
Take it easy.
But we're only missing like what? I think we're on 90 now, so like what, 18?
What do you think? This is a specialty dish I learned to make that's perfect for camping.
Mm-hmm. It really hits the spot. You're a great cook, Mualani.
Karya helped out quite a bit, so she deserves some credit too.
No. I'm just happy I was able to help out.
What was that sound? Oh, it's scary to camp out at night.
Don't worry. Remember the record player I bought? Let me go turn it on. Listen. Not bad, right?
Wow.
I mean, that's not what the subtitle said, but...
I thought thought you were just playing it for good luck.
My parents told me that most of the valuable experience from our ancestors is hidden in various customs. It's always better to trust our traditions.
Huh. Guess that makes sense.
In a sense, this trip to the mysterious island is also a custom left behind by the first chief of the tribe. I wonder what kind of experience he's trying to share with us.
What kind of person was he like?
Yeah, Paimon would like to know too.
Even though I've heard my parents tell stories since I was little, I actually don't know too much about him. It's said that he was the first person to make a map of Natlan, and even the first person to become friends with the Koholosaurus.
That sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah. There isn't a place in Natlan that he didn't visit. Even the most remote parts.
Well, these two look like they're third wheeling almost. It's like we're here having our chit chat and getting to know each other and whatnot, and they're just there. They're just sat on the side. It's like, nah, this isn't about you two.
Island is the most legendary of all his accomplishments. But oddly enough, after returning from the mysterious island, he laid aside his yearning for adventure and chose to settle down. That's how the tribe was founded. It really makes me wonder what the journey meant to him. A camping trip shouldn't be this stuffy and quiet. Everyone needs to help make it more lively. How about this? Before we rest for the night, let's have a bonfire party.
It feels like the new animation they made today was the for 5.0's update was the thumbs up, and like a kid who's just discovered something new for the first time, they keep fucking doing it. They've got the thumbs up every chance they've got.
If we're going to go plunging into that whirlpool tomorrow, then wouldn't it be best to try to rest and conserve energy now?
Now's not the time to be a party pooper. You ought to agree to ideas from the one who rescued you today.
Yeah, she's right!
All right. So what do the rules stipulate for a bonfire party?
Rules? A bonfire doesn't have any rules. Everyone just needs to have a good time. How about this? I'll ask everyone a question, and then we'll take turns saying what's on our mind.
Okay, sounds fun enough.
So, for the first question, what's the purpose of a journey?
Oh, we were just talking about this.
Let's hear everyone's ideas, and maybe we can figure out what the first chief was thinking back when he made the trip.
Paimon can go first. If you ask Paimon what the purpose of a journey is, it'd definitely be about treasure and all kinds of delicious food. And most importantly, it's about making the trip together with your companions.
Yes, I can't agree more. Okay, next person. How about you, Traveler?
The purpose of a journey. You close your eyes and recall the moment you were separated from him. You remember the purpose of the journey, you find him all along, but if you have yet to achieve this goal, you don't seem to see any other meaning to this long journey. However, you suddenly begin to recall the sound of the windmills creaking in Mondstadt, and the sight of the colourful night sky in Liyue Harbour. You remember the moment you stepped onto the islands of Inazuma with the falling sakura petals. You remember following the smell of coffee in Sumeru. Is that the only thing you fucking remember from Sumeru? Come on. You hear the sound of the tide and return to the waters of Fontaine, swimming alongside schools of colourful fish. These things seem to be the real meaning of your journey.
You sure are taking your time thinking about it.
Well, where should I even start?
Oh, I get it. You must have passed through many nations before making it to Natlan, right? It's quite possible that you can't explain it off the top of your head. Why don't I circle back to you later? You can tell me once you have a clear answer.
But, seriously, there's that thumbs up again. Seriously, they made a new animation, so we have to use it all the time.
Me? If you ask about my travels... Well, this is actually my first time traveling, so I don't have anything useful to contribute.
That doesn't matter. This is a party around the bonfire, not some research seminar.
Alright. If I had to say what the meaning of a journey is, I'd say... It provides an opportunity for true companionship. Before you reach the destination, you don't need to think about anything outside the trip itself. As long as you stick together with your companions, you won't have any trouble to worry about.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm on too!
Uh-huh. I hope that didn't sound too silly.
Alright, now it's Varamdra's turn.
Alright, if you insist. In my opinion, our goals and dreams in life are all in pursuit of what we call results. The so-called journey is but a path that leads to these results. So, the greatest meaning of a journey lies in managing to find the right result.
Not sure I completely get what you mean.
There's nothing difficult to understand. It's the same as the decision of your first chief. He must have discovered enough valuable results after visiting the mysterious island to decide that he should end his journey. Once you've achieved the results you want, any additional journeys would become all but meaningless. Before coming here, someone had stolen the results of one of my research projects. All that person had to do was sign his name on my achievements, and he was able to take all of the honors. All my effort vanished into the air as though it never existed. Do you understand now, Miss Guide? Without results, the journey is meaningless.
I sympathize with your situation, but I'm afraid I can't agree with your take.
I don't need your sympathy. As long as I can reach the mysterious island and find the correct results, my pain and struggles will become just another insignificant part of the process. What happened during the day already proved that my theories were wrong, so I'm willing to trust your judgment. I apologize for our previous argument. I must make it to the mysterious island, and if I have to entrust my life to someone else to achieve that goal, then so be it.
Was that actually supposed to be an apology? Because it sounded kinda awkward.
Actually, there's a saying among the guides of the people of the Springs. If the goal of the journey was to reach the destination, then you should have never left the house to begin with. Because the final destination of every journey is your home. It would be disrespectful of my duties as a guide if I were just taking tourists straight to where they wanted to go. It's my hope to also make everyone feel happy along the way to their destination. That is what I would truly call a journey. And that is my answer.
Just as you don't agree with me, I can't agree with your point of view either.
I'm not too worried about that. After all, another purpose of traveling is to help people understand each other better.
What sort of logic is that?
Alright, that's it for this round. Since it's still early...
Oh, we never circled back to my turn. I guess it just doesn't matter then.
Huh? Oh, now Paimon's scared. Paimon slept so well. Oh, Mulan and the others seem to be up already. Let's go see what they're up to.
Oh, and it's already raining. Oh, she already did it. The whirlpool's active. Oh, fuck.
Mulan!
Just in time. I was about to go look for you.
What the? You already caused the whirlpools to reappear again?
We're in luck. The phlogiston nodes were recharged by dawn. I had Karya and Varamdra control the nodes this time, and we were able to quickly unlock the mechanism. We were practicing all morning so they could get the hang of controlling them.
Oh, it seems after apologizing, you've already become trusted members of the team.
Is now really the time to be teasing us? Don't forget that the whirlpools won't last all day.
He's right. We should really hurry over to the massive whirlpool again.
Even though we had this discussion yesterday, I still want to double check. You all trust me, right?
You bet!
Okay, then let's go.
Enter the whirlpool. And then it just comes and saying, game over, you died. Fucking oops.
Paimon accidentally swallowed some water.
What was that performance? Accidentally swallowed some water.
What is this place?
I can't believe it. There are subterranean caverns under the water.
Mualani was right!
Let's see where this cave leads. Come with me.
Before we do that, I'm going to take another quick pee break. Probably the last one of the stream, so back in a minute, guys. I'm back. Let's go.
According to the map, we need to head downward? Okay. Don't be afraid, everyone. Jump down with me.
Is that lava up ahead?
It appears these caves were formed by volcanic activity.
I see. Then the spirit waves were affecting lava deep underground. Altering the lava's flow created temporary holes which allowed us to follow the water's current and enter this underground space. Yes, it can all be explained in theory now.
Are all scholars from Sumeru like this?
We can think of at least one.
But can there be an island in this kind of underground space?
It appears we haven't reached our destination yet. Let's keep going, everyone.
Back up so I don't get blown up. There's no treasure chest down there. Oh, goodness.
Ooh, what's that light?
Let's keep going. We'll be able to see more clearly up ahead. Watch your step. Follow closely, everyone. Heads up! These volcanic caves aren't very stable, so watch out for falling rocks.
like playing as Lucy in Zenless. Just, hey, just gonna set up the bombing run.
Careful, more falling rocks!
What a maze! There's lava everywhere! Oh, which way are we supposed to go now?
Let's look around together and see what we can find.
Very well. It would indeed be useful to collect some environmental samples here.
Investigate the vicinity.
There are plants growing here?
There's nothing unusual about that. This is spinel fruit, which often grows around places with lava. Wait, it is a little strange. This isn't ordinary spinel fruit. It's the same as the one on this talisman.
Isn't that the talisman your teacher gave you?
Yes. In which case, could Uncle New have been here before? But he clearly told me that he'd never made it to the mysterious island. I'll be sure to ask him about it once we get back.
Let's ride!
Oh, it's down the path. Okay, I was gonna say, where does it actually want us to go?
There's so much lava, and it's getting pretty hot.
The lava here doesn't look very stable. I'm afraid we can't stay here for long.
Okay, good observation.
From here, the light seems to be getting brighter. Speaking of which, where is that light coming from?
A distant light. Wait, there seems to be a mark that matches that on the map.
Miss Guide, it seems Verandra has also discovered something.
I've got it! I've got it!
Of course he has.
Do you see that golden light in the distance? I'm positive that's the mysterious island. That's where we should go next.
Really?
I'm a scholar from the Academia Spontima Darshan. I specialize in ores and minerals. When I first heard about the legend of the mysterious island, I took note of its description. One exaggerated description I heard was that it's an entire island that shines like gold. What it was actually referring to was an extremely rare mineral known as vulcanite. Under certain environmental conditions, large amounts of lava are quickly cooled, which then results in this ore. Since the ore can't be moved in time, it begins to accumulate, resulting in the alluring golden glow. If I'm not mistaken, there'll be a large pool of lava up ahead, and the mysterious island will be floating on the lava. An entire island of vulcanite ore!
So you mean we really found the mysterious island?
Rejoice! Even a small piece of that ore will be priceless.
Really? Then let's hurry!
Wait, Paimon. We should head back now.
Why?
What are you saying?
This map is covered with symbols and riddles, but there's one thing that's written clearly. When you see the golden light, then go the opposite way. What you just said may be correct, but that golden place isn't the island that my ancestors once visited.
Are you joking? You expect me to turn back now?
But Mualani's judgment has always been right. If she says head back, then we should head back. We can't be fooled by the thought of treasure.
You thought I'm after treasure?
Oh, he's acting weird again.
After my previous findings were stolen, I began a new area of research. And this ore is the core of my research. As long as I can bring this ore back, my theories will be proven beyond any doubt, and I will be able to reclaim everything I have lost. To me, this ore is the result that must be obtained. Otherwise, all those hardships along the way will be rendered completely meaningless. Don't you understand?
As we agreed before, please trust my judgment.
Why? Are you wary of me? Now that we've confirmed that the legendary treasure really exists, you don't want outsiders to take it, do you?
She's not that kind of person, Verandra.
The result is right before my very eyes. I won't give up here.
Oh no! He went running in! How can he do that?
Not good. We must stop him.
Is it just Paimon or is the ground shaking? What the? Where did these monsters come from?
These monsters. Looks like the lava is becoming active again.
Misguided. Varamdra,
He'll be
Yeah,
trapped
we'll sort
by the lava.
dumbass book idiot in a minute.
Take care of these monsters.
I was gonna say, can we be like close to this so I can have energy again? Oh, I didn't even realize you could triple target one enemy. I've just been kind of tapping.
The lava is rising!
Varamdra!
Traveler, Paimon, please take care of Karya. I'll be right back.
What are you doing, Mualani?
I can use my surfboard on the lava for a short period of time, but it will be a lot spicier than surfing on water.
But that's way too risky!
Don't worry, Paimon. I know she can do it.
Okay then, we'll take care of things here!
I believe in her. She's more than capable.
Carving waves!
The cave is becoming more and more unstable. I have to hurry.
How far did he fucking go?
More falling rocks. Okay, what's this?
Bruh. What is he, an athlete?
Over there! Oh, looks like I'm...
We get out to him. Hey, dumbass!
It's right there! I'm almost there!
Look carefully. You can't get through the lava. You'll die if you try to make your way forward. Why don't you just give up?
Why don't I give up? Well, I might not be able to do it, but what about you?
Me?
You have the ability to move over the lava. If you try, maybe you can reach the island and earn the highest honor for a guide. That way, you'll have the results you need to prove yourself, and even Ko'olo won't be able to question your abilities anymore. You want to know why I won't give up, but I'm asking why you'd give up such an opportunity.
The lava is rising. If I take this risk, then how will the others get back? Did you forget? I already gave you my answer.
You...
Come with me.
No!
Mualani uses her surprising strength to toss him over. I mean, yeah, it's kind of been established a couple times that Mualani's a bit stronger than she looks.
I've brought him back. He's fortunate that he wasn't seriously hurt.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank you so much, Miss Guide.
You're welcome. It's getting dangerous here, so we need to find a way out.
No, I refuse! I can still stand! Let me go back!
Seriously? How can you be so childish at a time like this?
Varamdra!
Someone need to do something to this fucking idiot. Marital issues. Ooh. Ooh, domestics. I'm getting out of
You're
here.
the most talented person I've ever met. Even if your research was stolen and you didn't get any credit, I never doubted it. I believe that even if you won't obtain any results this time, you'll still succeed in your new research.
I'm aware the stream's still lagging here and there, but hopefully it'll fucking hold. We're nearly there.
So, I won't allow my dearest senior to die here because of his own stubbornness.
Karya.
She's finally opening up. And it seems like she's just the person we need to talk some sense into him.
Mualani, the lava is almost here!
Don't panic. It seems like the trick that Uncle New taught me is finally going to be put to use.
Where did all these Koholosaurs come from?
No time to explain. Just get on.
Got it, got it! Paimon accidentally choked on some water again while riding the Koholosaur.
Everyone okay? Let's take a head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew, we're all here. We escaped danger and made it back alive. That's what I call good luck. I think our fortune can only get better from now on.
Oh, really?
What's the point? We still didn't reach the mysterious island.
Hey, don't look so depressed. You'll scare our good luck away.
Actually, according to the map, we still have one more leg of the journey.
Oh? Then which way should we go? Wait, aren't we back where we started?
Well, she already said.
Let's go to the statue.
She already said the last step of the journey is going home. We had our fun. Everyone arrives at the statue.
So, what's the point of coming back here again?
Here, look! Some hidden words appeared on the statue after I touched it.
Really? Let Paimon try!
Congratulations, guide from the future. You have completed a challenge that even I found ambitious. And now, I finally have the chance to tell you my story. You may have heard legends describing me as the best guide in all of Natlan. But in the beginning, I was more like a treasure hunter. I chased results, facing countless dangers to prove myself. Time after time, I ventured where others didn't dare, never failing to bring back rare treasures. My fame was second to none. And yet, I never felt satisfied. So I found a new goal, a challenge that no one had ever achieved before. The legendary, mysterious island. Another chance to prove myself. Unfortunately, my friends who had traveled with me all this time had grown tired of my nonsense. Instead of praise, they now showered me with words of caution. Perhaps this journey was one that I had to complete alone. But luckily, they decided to once again put up with my antics. Just as before, they came up with ingenious ways to help me move forward. They never let me down, even when I had to place my life in their hands. And they always trusted my judgment, even when it took a lot of courage. In the end, just as ever, we found the result we came for. But that golden glow was baiting me towards death. It was the glow of a rare ore, but it was also the warning sign of an impending eruption. Maybe if I pressed on and put my life on the line, I could get the result I wanted. And yet, there was a chance I'd lose something even more precious. But don't worry. In the end, I made the same choice as you. Everyone was disappointed that their illustrious guide had, for once, returned empty-handed. But seeing everyone survive, I felt satisfied for the first time in my life. Perhaps the treasure I had really been searching for had been right here with me, all along. So, I decided to end my long journey and find a safe place for my hard-earned treasure. To me, this is the real mysterious island.
The hidden inscriptions disappeared!
These must have been the words the first chief left for those that would come after him.
In that case, The mysterious island from the legend is actually where the people of the springs are living now!
I remember now that the elders once told me our tribe was originally founded on a small island. Later, the coastlines changed, allowing the island to become what it is today. The journey to the mysterious island starts exactly where it ends.
We didn't return empty-handed.
Yeah. I think I understand the choice he made now.
The golden glow is an indicator of when the lava will periodically erupt. If that's the case, the principle of vulcanite formation implies that it will only appear at the start of fierce lava activity, and the flowing lava will quickly swallow it and make it all disappear without a trace. This means that there's zero possibility of ever bringing the ore back. Are the results I've been chasing all this time only an illusion that can be seen from far away?
Verandra.
Our journey is not yet over.
But hey, at least you can go back and tell Kulao he's full of shit, because where's he getting his loot then?
Then we'll officially complete this journey.
Fine. I suppose that would also count as some kind of result.
Don't be so down. I have a feeling that the next answer I'm looking for will also be useful to you.
Paimon remembers now. There's still something important we need to ask Mualani's teacher about.
Oh, I mean, we kind of knew from the start that Mualani's teacher had been there before. It's just he'd actually been there and knew it wasn't worth talking about. Because that's part of the point.
We're back!
Ah, Mualani. It's good to see you again. I always knew you'd return safe and sound.
Uncle, I've completed the journey to the mysterious island. I'm here to return the talisman.
But you still have a question you wish to ask me, right?
Yes. You've been there before, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
If that's the case, then you've gone on the same journey. But why didn't you tell anyone?
Because I made a choice.
A choice?
Did you notice that the hidden inscriptions on the stone tablet disappeared as soon as you finished reading them?
Oh yeah, you're right.
There's a special paint on the statue that would change color when it comes into contact with volcanic dust. Only those who have been to that underground space will be contaminated by the dust and be able to see the hidden message. But once the dust starts to wear off, the hidden inscription will disappear again. And this is the choice that the first chief left to us. If you choose to boast about your deeds, you will receive the highest honor. But the legend of the mysterious island would be destroyed as well. If you choose to remain silent, then the mysterious island will remain a legend and continue to attract the next generation of young guides to rise to the challenge. In the end, my companions and I all chose the latter.
Oh, I get it now.
But not being able to tell anyone after accomplishing such a feat. People like Ko'olo will still look down on you. Are you really okay with that?
But have you noticed that Ko'olo, who claims to have been to the island, hasn't actually completed the trip?
What?
Right. Paimon remembers that Ko'olo said that he went to the mysterious island alone.
Yeah, it's physically impossible. We figured that out as soon as we got to the Spirit Way part.
He deliberately recommended the client to find Mualani, probably because he thought she wouldn't be able to reach the mysterious island. That way, Mualani wouldn't be able to expose him. As guides, we are not adventurers, let alone treasure hunters. The greatest responsibility of a guide is to take the client to their destination safely. But in the process, we also gain much skill and experience at overcoming danger. This allows us to go to places that no one else can reach, and even find treasures that no one else can find. Many guides gradually lose sight of their true beliefs and intentions in the process, and end up becoming like Ko'olo. They end up becoming more like thieves who would rush to the other side of the lava lake, regardless of the consequences, rather than good guides who would turn around and save their friends. This is why the first chief left behind the legend and the map. To lure younger generations into taking up the challenge, thereby teaching them everything he had learned. Aside from me, many other tribe members have also traveled to the mysterious island. And just like me,
Yeah, technically it's not that
understood the
mysterious,
First
but they have to
Chief's
keep it going to keep on inspiring the
They've
next
also made
generation.
pacts with their
If the illusion was
companions,
broken, people
choosing
wouldn't
to
be
give up
so
the results that
inspired
would
and
prove
would give up.
themselves and give the younger generation the chance
It's
to
a
continue
subtle
the
way of
challenge.
keeping the culture and its traditions
given
alive
up
without
on
people even
results.
realizing there's any enforcement
Sir,
to make that so.
I've given up on merely one result. I haven't given up on everything. Given her talent and qualifications, Mualani was well within her rights to choose the top-ranked guide Koalo as her teacher. But she chose me. I believe I was able to cultivate such an outstanding student and witness her completion of the legendary challenge precisely because I didn't become someone like Koalo. If instead of looking at one single journey, we look at my entire career as a guide, I'd say I have not returned empty-handed. What about you?
Karia, I've come up with a new research topic. Would you like to continue working as my assistant?
You're the same as always, Varamdra. You always have to find evidence before coming to a conclusion. In any case, I can't give you an answer right now.
Karia!
Because you haven't prepared the proposal yet. Shouldn't you finish that first before recruiting assistants? How could you forget?
Yes, of course. I'll certainly prepare all the necessary details.
But I've always found your proposals fascinating, so I'm sure I won't be able to turn you down this time either.
Yeah, alright, we get it. Yeah, it's like we know where this is going.
Karia, given that I have been presented with new evidence, I've come up with a very general theory. I can use the ideas from the Chief's speech to express it. Perhaps the treasure I'm seeking has been by my side the entire time. No. To be more precise, it's been with me even before I set out on this journey.
I understand, Varamdra.
It appears this guest has also found his answer.
It seems he's finally put two and two together.
There's nothing to worry about. It's just like Karia said. I can start some new research and reclaim everything I've lost.
But it seems he's still as stubborn as before.
Now, it's your turn to make the choice, Mualani.
But, Uncle Nu, I'm sure anyone who can complete the journey to the island would make the same choice, right?
Very good. Then there's nothing more I can teach you. Here, take this talisman again. You can pass it on to your student in the future.
Looks like it's also our time to say goodbye. You've taken great care of us throughout our journey. As thanks, I'm also willing to keep the journey a secret.
Then remember, the next time you come to visit the people of the Springs, you know where to find friends for help.
Friends? I suppose we are
Fucking theoretically, shut the fuck up. Do you want her to hit you again?
Next paper, I'll be sure to add you to my list of acknowledgements.
Well, that's one way to thank someone.
Then Varamdra and I will be taking our leave. I truly hope we'll get to see you all again someday.
Okay, bye-bye!
Oh hey, dickhead McLoser.
You're back already. So, as news student, did you manage to find the mysterious island?
What are you doing here all of a sudden?
He must be nervous.
Well, I found something even more precious than the island. 2 friends that I can trust with my life.
You... Seems you really learned a lot from New about how to make yourself feel better. I knew it. How could anyone ever reach the island with so many hindrances?
Yeah, it's because like we all know now he's full of shit. Yeah, everyone here knows he's full of shit.
Why are you all looking at me like that? The elders of the tribe also gave me that same look.
Yeah, because anyone who's actually been knows he's full of shit.
New. I've already proven that I'm stronger than you. I've been to even more dangerous places and found far more precious treasures. I've even been to the mysterious island. Why do you still look at me as if my words don't bother you at all?
Koalo, even if you had never been to the island, no one would deny your abilities. But as for what we would deny about you, only you can find the answer to that.
Me?
So now, our trip to the mysterious island is officially finished, right?
It's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, but I have one more place I want to show you. Come with me.
A commemorative photo together? Internet, hold on. We're nearly there. I can see the red. Go green. We're nearly there. We're taking a photo together. Come on, isn't that cute, internet? Don't you want to see how this ends, my internet connection? Please. We're not going to do the world quest today. This stream went on. I wasn't expecting this to... I expected it to be long, but I wasn't expecting it to be this long. Just because the first two parts are kind of on the shorter end. I was like, oh no, part 3 is just the actual character quest. It's just the story quest under a different name. But this was fun.
This is the place. From what I've heard, if we take a group photo here, it'll bring us good luck. I'm sure of it.
What made you think of taking a group photo?
Well, we completed our trip to the mysterious island together, so of course we need a memento to keep.
You've earned the greatest honor for a guide. Yet, you can only walk away with a photo of your friends. You're pretty amazing, Mualani. You really sacrificed a lot for your tribe.
Would you call it a sacrifice? I don't really think so. Actually, after hearing Uncle New's answer, I have this vague feeling that after all that we've been through together, the results don't matter anymore. It's kind of hard to explain. I don't know if you get me or not.
No, I get it.
Oh shit! Every time the traveler actually talks, it's like a jump scare, like it actually happens. You recall everything that happened during your journey, and finally find an answer that you're satisfied with.
So that's your answer, huh? To the meaning of a journey?
It's the answer I knew from the very beginning.
It's a good one. Then let's make this group photo yet another part of your journey.
Yep, Paimon's ready!
3, 2, 1. Kaholasaur!
Aww. I really like Mualani. The characters we've met so far, all of them are really enjoyable. And obviously I screenshotted that, there was no way I wasn't. And that's going to be, yeah, Journey to the Mysterious Island. That was really fun.
I wonder when the next journey will begin.
Well, in 6 weeks apparently. Oh goodness, that's a lot of shit that you get. That's like a basic version of all of her leveling materials. That's actually a really sick quality of life they've added. Doing the new quest gets you their, like, materials. The cornerstone of stars and flames. We got one of them before. What is... It's not here. Is it a resource? Hang on. It wouldn't be here. It would be here. Oh, it's a boss level up material. Oh, I wonder who for. And I wonder how many you can get. Interesting. But thank you, Mualani. That was really, really fun. It was simple but sweet, and that's all it needs to be for like a, you know, early version update. But that's it. We're all effectively caught up. All we've got left is the world quest, and to be honest, I don't know if I'll cover it on stream, like the pin. I'll let you guys know. Well, you'll know tomorrow. If I stream tomorrow, we'll cover it. If we don't, I won't. But this was really fun. Let's go turn in the rep for doing this. Then we'll go turn in our pyro sigils, and then we'll call it a stream. Oh, and when you you can do this, and you can hide it to see that. Having learned the full truth, if you decide to relinquish the honor that could have been yours, and for no reason than desire that others too might have the chance to make this journey in future. Though you brought back no treasures, the memories you came away with were more precious still. What was the meaning of this journey? Maybe it lies in the commemorative picture that Mualani gave you, or the realization of the answer that has been buried in your heart, or maybe, just maybe, it was both. Aw, is it over... Yeah, there it is. A review of you and Mualani. No mention of Paimon, even though she's in the picture too. No, fuck it, it's not about her. Yeah, let's go turn these in, and then we'll call it a stream. Only one reward more, that's fine. I imagine it goes to level 20 for this version, and then like usual, as like the map expands, you'll get bigger and bigger. But I think I'm good to call this a stream. Oh, hey, Forge Master. What are you selling, my friend? Of course, we need to get more of them.
Take it easy.
Oh, whoops. No, I didn't mean to click on you. No. I was just investigating. No, fuck, Jesus Christ. How long are you going to keep talking? Let me out. But if I don't stream tomorrow, on Monday we will be starting Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow and getting back to our usual pattern because Zenith is done. We're basically all caught up on this now. I said also I'm undecided. I might stream for like a couple hours tomorrow just to do the world quest and whatnot, just do a bit of cleanup, but it depends what mood I'm in. If I do decide to stream tomorrow, I might take Monday off instead, but honestly, we'll just see how it goes. I really haven't decided yet. But I digress. I had a fantastic time, and if this is the last stream of 5.0, thank you all so much for joining me on the journey, whether live or in post. I know we had internet troubles yesterday and like stuttery issues today because of it as well, but I've genuinely had a really great time, and I hope you guys have too. And I will see you in 6 weeks for when it inevitably continues, and we see where it goes from there with more characters, more fun, yada yada. The only things we haven't covered is Kinichi's quest comes out in a few weeks. And I can double check, but I'm pretty sure this one just isn't available for now. And it might be because she isn't chosen as the hero yet. It might genuinely be it's because she hasn't been chosen as the hero, and so it's not available. Now we know more about it, because we know Kenichi has been chosen, and we know Mualani has been chosen. Whilst Kachina has, like, we don't know yet. Or if there's someone else, we'll find out later, but you get the gist. The music. But that'll do from me. I really had a wonderful time, and I hope you guys have too. So, as always, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It genuinely really helps this channel grow. Additionally, you can find my Twitter, my Patreon, and my PayPal in the description of every single video. But until then, as I try and get to a good spot for a good view of the arena, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on my trip to Natlan. And I will see you next time. Take care now. Peace.